You are now listening to the Q&E Podcast.
Is this what you want? Huh? Is this what you want? Well, come and get it, goddammit!
Hello, everybody. You're listening to the Q&E Podcast. You're here with your boy Q Hicks right now. I got Edgar on the other line. Edgar, tell the people what's good.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a new episode of the Q&E Podcast. If you're watching this right now on YouTube, you'll probably notice we got some highlights on the top and the bottom of the screen, or some updates, so that way y'all can see what we talking about, why we talking about it. So I hope y'all enjoy those new updates.
Yes, sir, man. This is actually a whole new updated version, bro. We are updated version of the Q&E Podcast. We got segments now. You already see we got the ticker up on the YouTube video, man. We trying to upgrade, man. We're trying to improve for y'all day by day. So we have 4 different segments now. So we got our sports segment. So we're doing NBA, NFL, MLB. We also have the social media wants to know questions, which is just things that we've seen throughout the week on social media that obviously sparked a debate. And we have the current event section that we've been doing, and Pass the Aux, where we give you our favorite songs or the songs that we would play if we was riding with you in the car, man, to put y'all on to some new things, man. So that was our segment. So we're going to start it off with NBA and the exhibition games that started today. I want to say the Orlando Magic, the Clippers played, Denver, and another team, Washington, played, and the Heat.
Washington, the Heat.
Washington, the Heat, the Kings. So it's a lot of solid games today. And I told Eggy this before we started the pod. Man, I woke up just excited for some scrimmages, dog. I really did.
Exactly.
For so long, bro.
Exactly. I woke up today, I was like, the NBA is back. Like, it's back. It's a scrimmage game, but I've never been more excited to watch a scrimmage game, for real, for real. Like, it's giving a lot of upside to the way the year is going right now. Everybody thought, like, the NBA coming back would be a distraction. No, these players are actually doing what I said they should do, and they speaking out at their press conferences. They speaking out in their interviews and all that. So I told y'all, they're going to use this platform. If the league come back, they're going to use the platform. And I'm just happy to see they're doing that. I'm happy to hear that nobody in the bubble has tested positive for corona. Everything is going good right now. All boxes are being checked. And we just, 1 week away now from the season starting back. So, yeah.
And I don't think anybody foreseen this going this well. Like, no coronavirus in the little bubble. I know it was going to be a real contained environment, but no cases? That's crazy, man. Shout out to the NBA, because I think this is the only league, along with the MLS, who is also doing the bubble technique, that could pull such a thing off, man. And the fact that you're incorporating the Black Lives Matter movement, like Edgar said, people speaking out in the press conferences, bringing even more attention to the social justice. And shout out to Breonna Taylor once again, man. We still need to arrest her killers, so we definitely still need to get that done. But
they put Black Lives Matter on the court, too. They put Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, so everything was Black Lives Matter. They didn't have the social justice names or phrases on the back of their jerseys in the exhibitions games, but they're going to start those for the actual seeding games and things like that next week. So definitely be on the lookout for those. So a real strong topic in the exhibition games was the Denver Nuggets power forward, Bol, man. So he was a second-round pick this past year, and everybody knows Bol, I feel like. A 7'2" guy. He can shoot the ball. He feel like he can do everything. He's Manute Bol's son. But he really didn't play this season because they were really just trying to develop him. But he played today for the first time all season, and he looked great, man. He really did. So, Edgar, what have you seen from him, and what do you think his ceiling and potential is for Bol?
He has a body like Kevin Durant to me. You know, he has the height, he has the wingspan, he has the aggressiveness. But the only thing that I was worried about with Bol was his muscular size. Like, he's very skinny. So although he gives you the size and the length to stretch the floor, it's like all you got to do is pick the right guy to bully him, and it could possibly happen. So hopefully over the next few years, he'll be able to bulk up and like actually get like Giannis type muscle with the height that he has. So hopefully if that can happen, I see him having a very successful NBA future. I seen him pull like 2 threes, I think, during the game too.
He looked solid today.
So yeah, he was good. I think he had 16 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 blocks. Yep,
yes,
6 blocks. And he was blocking on the perimeter too. It's not like they were all down low. He was blocking everyone on the court. So he impressed me a lot when I watched today.
Definitely, man. But So this is something that I do want to say because everybody was so excited. I seen a couple of YouTube videos posted about him before the game even started because we seen a couple of clips before today's exhibition game about how he was going to play and be more incorporated in the team. I don't know if it's me or if Thon Maker really threw me off, bro. You know how big of a phenom Thon Maker was, and when he got to the league, and we haven't heard Thon Maker name since. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's nothing anymore. So that's why I'm scared for Bol, man, because he was obviously a high school phenom, and him and Thon have a lot of similarities to me. They can shoot the ball from the 3-point line, and they easily can be bullied inside of the paint. So obviously I want Bobo to do good, but a lot of people are calling him a special talent, but I just need to see more, man. Because right now I'm seeing another Thon Maker situation. I
can agree with that. I can agree to where it's like it's still early. It's still really early. He's not the first 7-footer to come into the league. He's not the first 7-footer to be drafted where at the number he was drafted at and everything, you know, like so. It's kind of like we kind of seen this before, but let's see how differently this turns out. So I can agree where you have more to be desired. So
yeah, man, definitely. But other than that, man, he played a hell of a game. They did play the Washington Wizards, and I don't think everybody was playing. Bill obviously didn't even come down for the whole thing. So the Wizards were just not a good team in general, and they really didn't have anybody over 6'10". So he was really skying over everybody in the paint. He was shooting the 3-ball. So I got to see him against real competition as well to still garner my opinion on him. So yeah, that was just my exhibition topic. You can go on with yours.
My topic was seeing Russell Westbrook back in the gym. I feel like that was a good sight to see, hearing that he and James Harden both caught coronavirus and weren't even able to go with the team to the bubble in Orlando. So seeing videos of him today working out with some of the team and dunking again and looking 100%, if not 100%, really close to it. So that was a good sight to see. Hopefully the same for James Harden can occur soon. So that way when the regular season starts next week, either one of them or both of them will be able to come back and keep their playoff hopes alive, keep their possible championship run hope alive. You know, so that was good to see from Westbrook.
Yeah, and shout out to Bam and Kendrick Nunn because they just came into the bubble as well. I think they had coronavirus, and now they're currently in the bubble. And I don't think you have to sit out for that much time. They said if they clear all coronavirus tests by tomorrow, they could be on the court by Saturday. So I'm guessing it's only like a 2-day waiting period if you're just coming into the bubble to start playing again. So it's not really that long. I really thought it was going to be like a 7-day waiting period if you hop back in the bubble. Because you see what happened to Holmes.
I was just going to say that, yeah.
Yeah, Holmes tried to get a delivery, and they made him wait another 8 days on his quarantine. So I'm like, damn, they're going to do this to everybody, or is this just for him because of he went outside the bubble? So I was kind of confused on why it's only 2 days for him or for everybody else and 8 for him.
And something else that I wanted to say, I agreed with a statement that Dwight Howard made. I think this was like a day or two ago now. Dwight Howard spoke up and said, everybody has tested. Everybody that's in this bubble has tested. Everybody tested negative. No one here has coronavirus. No one here is even showing symptoms. So with that being said, Dwight Howard proposed the question, why do we all have to wear masks? If we all don't have it and no one is showing symptoms and we are the only people in this bubble, why are we wearing masks? Just out of the aggravation of like, why do we have to continue to put on masks? I agreed with him asking that question because I feel the same way. If we're in a small populated controlled environment and no one has the sickness or anything, why do we have to wear masks? And nobody's going out of the bubble and coming back in.
That's a good point, bro. But I think it's just more of a mental thing to just keep you prepared and keep you aware at all times, man. Like, it doesn't matter if you're inside the bubble or outside. We just want you to stay safe. Even though everybody in here doesn't have it, I think some people, the people that are coming in, like I said about the nuns, the Adebayos, they could still be spreading things. We don't know if they have it. They could have still, what I want to say, like the symptoms of it. So we just don't know. So we just got to stay safe at all costs because we don't want something to arise where, while that one test spreads all over the NBA and that one person spreaded it. You know what I'm saying? Because Rudy Gobert did the same thing. Rudy Gobert, his self spreaded it to 2 different teams. And I want to say it was like 8 different players. Just caught it from Rudy Gobert touching the same ball as Rudy Gobert, be in the locker room with Rudy Gobert. So one person can really spread it quickly. So also it's a mental thing and just a precautionary thing at the same time. So I agree with you that it makes sense, but I'd rather stay safe, even though Dwight Howard does make a good point. I would still rather stay safe. And let's move on to the NBA awards, man. So the NBA is not counting the last 8 games of these seeding games in the NBA restart for the NBA awards. So they're going strictly off the – how many games it was? Like 60-something?
Yeah, about 60-something. Yeah.
Yes, 50 to 60.
The season ended like a month before playoff time. So
yeah, a month before playoff time. Yeah. So they're just going off the 50 games that happened before then. And, I mean, most of the awards were basically set in stone for me at least. I know LeBron was starting to make a little push at the end. And also AD and Giannis were battling for Defensive Player of the Year. So we're going to give you our awards right now. So I'm going to start it off with MVP. My MVP is Giannis, man. I know Bron was, like I said, picking up steam at the end. But what Giannis is doing, man, his team is on another track. I think they have 54 wins. They're 54-13 right now, something crazy.
I don't have the record right now.
52-12. There's something crazy right now. And his impact on the team alone while not having a true number 2 superstar. And that's something that you can say about AD and LeBron. AD and LeBron have themselves. Like, they have a true sidekick or LeBron has a true sidekick, while Giannis doesn't. Me and Edgar always go back and forth on the fact of, do we think Middleton is the guy? I truly don't. I don't think Bledsoe is a good fit with Giannis. So Giannis is really picking up a lot of steam and really taking a lot of accountability for that team. So I think he just has so much on his shoulders. And the fact that you're pushing this team to a 52-12 record, I got to get the Giannis right now. I really do.
I would honestly say, and it's not even just being a LeBron fan, I really think LeBron makes his case for MVP because the way that nobody is criticizing Giannis, the same way everybody criticized LeBron for being in the East, that just bothers me. The same way how you literally just said you feel like Giannis is damn near doing it by himself almost. LeBron was doing it by himself, but everybody's excuse, you're in the East. There's no competition. It's like we already know you're either going to be the 1 or the 2 seed in the East. Like, we just know the production.
I think that was more LeBron fatigue than it was, like, that statement actually.
I feel like that's just an unfair judgment, even if it's LeBron fatigue. That's just an unfair judgment because now all of a sudden, like, Giannis has a good case for MVP when it's like, damn, like LeBron even tweeted for 15 years, all I heard was I can't do this in the West. And now I'm literally doing this in the West and I don't have a case for MVP. Like, okay, like I get it. I see where it's at. Plus he's 35. He's literally like doing this at the age of 35, almost 40. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that he's doing this at the age he's doing it in his second season in LA now with AD, like he has a good team and he's still the top man on that team. If LeBron goes down, everybody gonna be like the Lakers ain't winning. So
yeah. But I think that's the reason why they really want to give it to him is age. The fact that he is 35 years old and he's putting up the numbers that he's putting up. But I don't think that is a good baseline or qualification for you to get an award. It shouldn't be based on age at all. It should just be how much impact and how much value do you have to your team. And I just think that Giannis has more impact for his team. If Giannis was to go down, they're not the same team. I think me and you talked about this before. If it was just Middleton and Bledsoe, I think they make an 8th seed in the West, but they're nothing crazy. You feel what I'm saying? But you miss out on LeBron. Damn, what would they be without LeBron?
The Lakers, like, current roster right now?
Lakers' current roster, what would they be without LeBron?
Probably the same. 7th, 8th seed.
7th, 8th seed? Yeah. So it's a pretty similar impact, but I just think Giannis just holds more.
But I feel like that's the moment where you got to give LeBron the edge for his age because if they both are taking off their teams, we putting them kind of like at the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to playoff teams in both of their conferences. So it's like, well, he older and he doing the same thing that this young dude doing. So it kind of made me want to give him the award more.
But you also got to look at the defensive side of the ball. And I think that's what people are not taking into account because Brian really ain't playing no defense. He's playing better defense than he has the past couple of years, but he's not playing defense like Giannis. Giannis is like top 2 defensive player of the year, going to be all defensive first team. and putting up the offensive stats. And that's something that they do not compare. I think we just get caught up in the trap of stats of what LeBron putting up, 28, 11, and whatever, 8. I think we get caught up in that way. We forget about Giannis's impact on the defensive side because he's getting like 2 blocks and 2 steals a game. And you just can't take that for granted when you comparing both of them. So I get your point about age, but the defensive side of the ball is not taken into account enough when we talk about Giannis's MVP race. So let's move on to Defensive Player of the Year. So I'll let you go first.
Defensive Player of the Year. I want to give it.
We know who the real Defensive Player of the Year is. You already know who that is.
I want you to say it.
Yeah. But yeah,
I want you to say it. I'm not saying it.
You already know who the real one is, but I'm talking about
I want to say Anthony Davis, but he would be my number 2 option. I would say Giannis just for all of the reasons that you just said, averaging basically 2 blocks a game and just really stretching the floor defensively and almost doing it by himself. I love Chris Middleton. I feel like he's not superstar, but he's a very good number 2 player. But still, it's like Giannis is damn near doing it by himself to an extent. So the fact that he's carrying the team the way he is and averaging 2 blocks a game is just really, other than Kevin Durant, one of the hardest people to score on necessarily. It's like, how can you not give him Defensive Player of the Year? So I feel he's going to have to win one or the other. I don't think the league is going to give him both. I highly doubt that's going to happen.
I can see it.
If they give him Defensive Player of the Year, they're going to give LeBron MVP. I'm going to tell you that right now. They're not going to give him both.
I don't think Bron getting the MVP, man. If they were counting these last 8 games towards the MVP race, I would agree with you that Bron still had a chance. But when the NBA left off, Bron was gaining ground, but Giannis still had a good little lead on Bron, though. He still had a nice little advantage. And I think, I don't know, bro. I can't see Bron catching back up to him. Like, I can't see it, bro. I truly can't.
It's just hard for me to imagine him getting both. Like, I really can't imagine Giannis getting both awards. I really can't. It's not going to happen.
I got Anthony Davis. I got Anthony Davis winning this award. Anthony Davis is basically averaging the same thing as Giannis.
Giannis is my number 1. AD would be my number 2.
Yeah.
For sure.
Let me look up AD stats.
If Giannis wins MVP, then you got to give AD Defensive Player of the Year. If Giannis wins Defensive Player of the Year, you got to give Bron MVP. There's no case for Giannis to win both awards.
I don't know about that, bro. It's a case. It's a case for him to win both awards because I want to say their defensive efficiency when he's on the court is like 110, something crazy. You feel what I'm saying? And when he's not on the court, like they really don't play any defense. So the difference is so impactful when you look at it, when you compare when he's on the court and when you're off the court. But it's the same thing with AD as well because other than JaVale McGee, he's their only real true shot blocker for the Lakers. And AD is averaging 2.4 blocks and 1.5 steals. And I just looked at Giannis stats. He's not averaging 2 blocks. He's averaging 1 block and 1.5 steals per game. So when you look at just those stats alone and the impact that AD has, I will go with AD as well. And, yeah, AD for Defensive Player of the Year, bro. So shout out to bro. Most improved. I feel like most improved is really between, bro, Brandon Ingram and Bam, bro. I can't really break my mind out of anybody else. And you can say Siakam too, because Siakam took another leap after Kawhi left.
Oh, I told you Siakam wasn't getting it twice. I said this already. I said
Siakam He's capable of getting it twice.
He's not getting it. It's like you just said. I totally agree with you. It's either going to be Brandon Ingram or Bam. Those are the only 2 options. If Pascal Siakam gets Most Improved Player of the Year 2 times in a row, I'm not going to care about that award ever again.
But you got to look at his actual improvement. That's what matters, the improvement.
And that's your standard now.
The past 2 seasons.
That's your standard. Like, I can't count your standard, like, improving past that. Like, I just can't.
I'm about to look up the stats, bro. Look at the stats.
I see the stats.
Look at the points per game.
He's doing better now. He's doing what we're expecting now.
Look. You see it?
Yes.
He went from 7 points to 16 points. He got Most Improved. He took another leap to 23. And
you're doing what we expect you to do. You're doing what we expect
you to do.
And Kawhi's gone now, like you just said. Kawhi, that's a whole extra 7 points that Pascal can get now since Kawhi is gone. Like, why are we so surprised by this?
But we didn't know who was going to step into that role. We didn't know he was going
to. We knew it was going to be Pascal.
I didn't expect this at all.
Yes, who was going to be? Lowry? Van Vliet?
I didn't know who it was going to be. I didn't think the Raptors were going to be this good, honestly.
I did. I knew the Raptors.
I didn't know the Raptors was going to be this good, and that's really what comes into play when I
knew the Raptors were going to be a top 5 team in the NBA. If you thought they were going to be any less than top 5,
that's crazy. We was not thinking that at the beginning.
They was.
You crazy. No, we were not, bro. You were saying no.
It's the East.
You said in the NBA. 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 You said top 5 in the NBA.
No, top 5 in the East. I mean, you know I'm in the East. You know I'm in the East. No.
Oh, okay.
You know I'm in the East. You know I'm in the East.
Yeah, I was about to say, bro, you was not saying that at the beginning of the year, bro, because we had an NBA preview podcast.
Oh, yeah. I'm in the East. I didn't mean the NBA. I'm in the East.
Yeah. Because I don't know who else we had at number 2. I know we had the Bucks at 1, but it wasn't the Raptors. The Raptors was definitely top 4.
I think I had Boston ranked really high, but I didn't see them winning the chip, or I didn't see them going to the chip. Even though I had them ranked high in the playoff rankings, I didn't see them going to the chip.
I think I did have Boston high as well.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. I probably had the Pacers up there at 3 or something like that. But yeah, I definitely did see this for the Raptors and the jump for Siakam. Even though he isn't my most improved player, we just got to give him credit, man. From 6.
Yeah, I'm giving the credit. It's just you can't win. Once you win most improved player of the year, you can never win that again.
That's not true. That's not true.
Because you set the standard for yourself. You set the standard for yourself.
Also, and I forgot a name, bro. Devontae Graham had an excellent. Yeah. That's somebody who really should be in consideration as well. I know B. Ingram had jumped from really struggling with the Lakers last season to being an all-star. Bam was coming off the bench behind Whiteside to being an all-star. But Devontae Graham was coming from averaging 2 points per game last season to averaging damn near 20 and being the only life source, really only hope for the Charlotte Hornets. So I definitely want to show him love as well, because I want to say before the season ended, he was definitely in my top 2 for most improved. I think I kind of fell off with it, but still shout out to Devontae Graham. So who you got for most improved?
Most improved out of the 2. I'm gonna stick with the home team. I'm gonna go with Bam. I'll get at the Bam.
Bam. I got to get it to Ben Ingram. So let me look up the stats with Ben Ingram, bro, because I know he dropped a jump from 17 points per game to 25. Already crazy. But when I don't think we really believed in Ingram in LA. I don't really seen this from Ingram.
Oh, I believed in Ingram. I seen it in Ingram. It's just I knew when Bron got there. I just knew when Bron got there, it was like we know what's going to happen.
That's what it was, though.
I always knew Ingram was going to be that dude. I knew Ingram was going to be that dude. I always knew Kuzma was going to be that dude, even though everybody turned their back on Kuz right now, and they feel like Kuz has got trash out of nowhere, which he's not. It's just he's had to suppress himself so much due to LeBron coming and AD coming. But Kuz is still that guy. I need people to know that. If you put Kuz in a situation where he can be that guy, he will be. Only person I had a question mark with was Lonzo. That's the only person I had a question mark with.
And you already see what my man doing. And we got to dive back into that topic about who's going to be a better ball brother, bro. Because I'm still rocking out with Lonzo, bro. I'm still rocking out with my man Lonzo. Y'all see the jumper right now. Y'all see it right now. You already see it now.
It's going to be
the improvement. The improvement with the jumper now. That junk is elite. That junk is elite now, man. So shout out to Lonzo for sure, man. Still going to be the better ball brother by the end of the day.
This man just put Lonzo and elite in the same sentence.
Huh? What'd you say?
You just put Lonzo and elite in the same sentence.
I mean, did I lie? I really didn't lie. I really didn't lie here, bro. Lonzo is going to be elite. Going to be elite. But the 3-pointer is getting there, bro. The 3-pointer is getting there. He's a Hall of Fame floor general, bro. In my 2K terms. Y'all know 2K. Y'all know what I'm talking about, man. What he averaging from the 3-point line? What he averaging? 38% from the 3? You already know my man Lonzo up there, man. He gonna be that next season. Once he gets a full season with Zion Williamson, oh my goodness. Oh my God. His stats gonna be crazy. He's gonna be like 15 points.
He's gonna be better. He's gonna be much better. I gotta see it first before I fully give him applause.
We already seen it.
Like he's doing good. I gave him his applause already, but before I just give him that oh my gosh factor, like I gotta see it before it just happened. He not one of them people I'm finna call it before it happened. He not one of them people for me.
Bruh, shout out to Lonzo, man. Everybody was calling you a bust when you came in. Well, we don't believe in Lonzo, da. Now y'all
I said possible bust. I never fully confirmed that he was a bust.
He's saying possible. See, that's how niggas switch up when they see the light. When they
said possible. I said it was possible.
Man, possibly. Huh?
Whatever.
Possibly a bust. No, you was on that train. You on that bus train. When LeBron came to the Lakers, he messed up niggas' careers. He could have got Lonzo out the league because Bron just is a system into himself, man. It's just way too much for a young player to endure. So let's move on. Who did I say? I said Ingram for most improved. So move on to Sixth Man of the Year. Who you got?
Sixth Man of the Year? Sixth Man of the Year. I'm going to give it to Lou Will again.
Lou Will again?
I'm giving it to Lou Will. The greatest sixth man of all time. Greatest six man of all time.
I already know I gotta stop you there, Bucko. I gotta stop you right there, Bucko.
No offense to Jay Crossover, but Lou Will is the greatest six man of all time. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He got a song named after him called Six Man by the GOAT.
It has nothing to do with his playing ability. It has everything to do with his off the court status. That was why the song was made. It has nothing to do with
it. Not a South Garnett like Lou Will. Six man like Lou Will.
Oh, no. Just looking at stats, bro, I would say Jamal, bro. I would just say Jamal purely, bro. And we just know Jamal for being that dude for way longer in his career. We knew Jamal was that dude since the Knicks days, and that was real.
But
Golden State days.
The fact that we didn't know Lou Will would be who he is now, it just makes the six-man story so much better. Like, it just makes his story so much better that he grew into this. It's not like we just knew automatically Lou Will was going to be this great. Like, we didn't know this off the bat coming into the league. Jay Crossover, we knew for a fact coming in the league he was going to be that guy.
See, if Lou Will wins one more, then he would have to be number one because then he would have 4 six-man of the year trophies, and I think Jamal only has 3. So, obviously, you would have to give it to Lou Will. I think Jamal just stats-wise, impact-wise for the culture, like, niggas just rock with Jamal way more, bro. And I rock with Jamal way more. And like I said, just looking at the stats, more 17-plus point seasons, like Jamal, man, I got to give it to Jamal. And the longevity, he was putting up 17 points or 18 points in 2013 when he was 33 years old. So he was getting buckets for a long time, bro. So shout out to Jamal. Who would I have for sixth man of the year, bro?
Other than Lou Will and Montrez.
Dennis Schroeder from OKC. Got to go with Dennis Schroeder, bro.
True.
His impact for that team, they would not be a 7th seed without Dennis Schroeder, period. I know Chris Paul gets a lot of credit. I know Shai Gilgeous-Alexander gets a lot of credit, but they would not be a 7th seed without his impact and his scoring off the bench. I want to say he averages 17 points per game for that team, and that's a lot of production for them. The thing I would say about Lou and go against Lou is that he has somebody else who comes off the bench with him in Montrezl Harrell that puts up the same amount of stats as him. So that really takes away from Lou because, damn, he putting up 18 just like you putting up 18. But for Schroeder, his points mean more for his team, I feel like.
That's understandable.
So that's why I would say Dennis Schroeder for sixth man of the year, man.
Because nobody's seeing OKC putting up the fight that they're putting up this season.
Exactly.
So I'll give Schroeder credit for that.
And that's the reason why I think people will go Lou Will over Schroeder because they're not on TV. Have we seen an OKC game on?
I've seen like 2.
Yeah, I really don't remember seeing any.
It was because who they were playing, like not because OKC was me.
Yeah, exactly, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, man, it wasn't nobody checking for OKC at the beginning of the season, bro. So that triplet duo between Schroeder, CP, just obviously exceeded everybody's expectations, and I got to show them love, man. Got to show them love. So that's my sixth man of the year. And let's finish it off with coach of the year, and I'll start this one off. I'm going to say Nick Nurse is my coach of the year. Just off the fact, as we said before, we seen them not having this type of impact on the East at all. I seen a top 5 seed in the East, probably 5, but I did not see number 2 still. And the fact that he's still doing this without Kawhi Leonard, I thought a lot of the production was really coming from Kawhi, and that was the reason why they were getting deep into the playoffs. But it looked like they can make another deep run this year, man, based on coaching alone and that system that Nurse has built in Toronto, man. So I got to give a huge applause to him, and that is my coach of the year, man. So who you got?
For me, it would be between Nick Nurse for every reason that you just said and Billy Donovan for OKC. So the fact that we know Schroeder is making a strong case for sixth man of the year, the fact that Chris Paul went there and just changed the atmosphere of OKC, everybody was down, like Harden left years ago, and then KD did what KD did, and then Russ left. You know, nobody's in OKC. Everybody's down. Nobody feels like their team is going to get a star for the next how many years now. And then Chris Paul just gets traded there out of nowhere and literally just brings back the life in OKC. Like, he knows that's not going to be his permanent destination, but while he's there, he wants to leave a mark. So the fact that Billy Donovan was able to implement Chris Paul into that system so well, so fast, and just work with the talent that he has. Like, other than Chris Paul, there's no other big names in OKC right now, honestly. Mm-hmm. So the fact that he was able to do that with a team without any real deal superstars other than CP3, I feel like that just speaks volumes in the West at that. Yeah. So that just speaks volumes to the fact that they're still making the playoff run that they're making. And other than that, other than him and Nick Nurse, I don't see anybody else making a strong case. So I would probably give it to Billy Donovan for the fact that he's in the West. But shout out to Nick Nurse. Nick Nurse is doing this great season run again, like you said, without Kawhi. So no reason to turn your nose up at Nick Nurse either.
Yeah. And somebody else I would throw in the conversation would be Taylor Jenkins from Memphis. A lot of people don't know him. A lot of people just know Memphis for Ja and not for the coach. But the fact that they're the 8th seed in the West right now, when they were projected to be like top 5 worst teams in the league, is a huge jump. I know a lot of that came with Ja being better than what we probably would have foreseen, but Taylor Jenkins has to get credit for that, man. The team that he's built around Ja, with Jaren Jackson, with Brandon Clark, and all the other pieces that go along with that team, and how it came together so quickly. Because there was some team that surprised from the jump. The start of the season, they surprised. And they always put up battles. So the fact that there's AC in the West right now, man, definitely somebody I would still throw in the conversation. All right, man, next topic.
Next topic for the NBA, or we ready to transition? Did I have any more NBA topics? I had one more. Oh, Bol. We talked about him at the beginning, but Bol was asked to give a drug test after the game today.
Yeah.
That was crazy. I was like, whoa, like, where did that come from? Like, we didn't hear any speculation about this before the game or nothing. Like, it's just as soon as the game was over, I seen Bleacher Report say that the NBA is requiring a random drug test from Bol. So I'm like, did he just exceed y'all expectations that much to where y'all like get to do the test? Like, it don't even look like he's super big or anything like that. Like, what PEDs could he possibly be using? Like,
but that's what the NBA does, though, bro. Once you do something a little too good, like we didn't expect, like, hey, let's check you real quick. Let's make sure you're not on something. Because they did the same thing to Caruso. Caruso had a good game. And I remember pictures came out where he was extra swole. And they were like, whoa, let's check what he's doing now. I don't know if that's a normal human being right there, if he's doing everything on a regular tip. So, yeah, Caruso, I remember Caruso had the same issue, and now Bol, man. So the NBA be on you, but if they see anything, they got to raise their eyebrow.
Oh, I would take that as an insult. Honestly, I'd be like, whoa, y'all don't think I could snap this hard without putting something in my body? I would definitely take offense to that.
Would you? If you're Alex Caruso, I wouldn't.
I mean, it's a compliment, and it's a backhanded compliment. It's definitely a backhanded compliment. It's like, y'all, I'm that good to where y'all got to test me for drugs, but at the same time, it's like, y'all don't think I can do this without taking drugs? Like, it's definitely a backhanded compliment.
That's facts, bro. That's definitely facts. Because I didn't see Caruso being this good at all, bro.
Me neither. I didn't see it. Like, the ups that this kid got, I'm like, what? Like, I think it was his hairline that just made me not believe in him as strong as
Facts. And the only thing I have left in the NBA is for the Timberwolves selling their team. The owner, I think his name is Rosas, is the last name of the owner, is trying to sell the team. And KG is trying to buy the Timberwolves, man. We're trying to get that man back in Minnesota on the ownership tip. And I heard when he came back to Minnesota, the last time he came back to Minnesota, it was like late in his career. I want to say it was his last season. They were in talks of getting like ownership stake in the team, but it never ended up panning out. So this is going to be a good thing for KG. We need more black people in the ownership role, period. And they're about trying to make him like the majority owner. Like he's the owner over everything, not just like an investor, but a majority owner. Him and a couple of other stockholders, man. So let's get KG in there if you're the Timberwolves, man. Got to get KG.
Yeah, applaud to KG for trying to make that step. Applaud it. I totally agree with what you said. We need more black people in those ownership positions, especially since we make up most of the league. It's like, why not allow a person of color, our color specifically, to be allowed to be an owner, a majority owner at that, like you said, not just a stakeholder or whatever, anything like that.
Yeah. And he's the most notable name that's ever played for that franchise, dog. Most notable name, and everything that he gave to Minnesota, man. Even though they didn't try to give him help and he was really on himself in the island, he just gave his whole heart to that city. And you gotta reciprocate that, man. You gotta help him out, man.
I seen a KG video today too on Facebook. I was just scrolling and I just randomly seen a KG video that somebody made about how, quote unquote, rough he was in the league, and I'm like,
yeah, I seen that shit too.
That's just how he was. He said it in the video. It was like, that's just how I play the game. Like, if I call you a bitch, like, it ain't nothing, it's nothing personal. Like, it's nothing personal. I do this with everybody. Like, they show clips of him doing it with Dwight Howard, with Tim Duncan, like, just with everybody. Like, Big Baby Davis, they was on the same team. Big Baby Davis crying on the bench.
He was crying on the bench.
I'm like, he's like this with everybody. How can you take offense to how he act? Like, dude gonna try to fight you. Dude gonna try and get in your face. He gonna try to make you get in his face so you can get ejected. That's just how KG plays, bro. Like, it's mental with KG. That's why KG did it so much. He's like, I know I can get in y'all head. It don't even got nothing to do with me being tougher to you or you being tougher than me. I just know I can get in a lot of y'all heads. And I applaud KG for that because he was one of the last people that we seen in the league with that bad boy kind of mentality of, I'm going to beat you up. I'm going to talk my shit. That's just what it is. You ain't going to stop me from doing that. So.
Yeah, man. Shout out to KG, man. Shout out to KG. Because he's not, like you said, man, he's not for the weak-minded at all, bro. So let's move on to the NFL. Again, I'm going to let you start off this topic.
NFL, what I want to start with, I got a couple topics. Let's start off with the fact that no preseason. Not a fan of the fact that there's no preseason. I always wanted.
Oh, you're not a fan either. I thought you were gonna be a fan of this.
No, I always said I wanted there to be less preseason games. I never said eliminate all of them. So that I am not a fan of. I never thought there should have been 4 preseason games. That's pointless. There should be 2 preseason games, and the vets should only play half of the first half. Not half of the first half, but you know what I mean. The first half of the first preseason game, and then they shouldn't play at all in the second preseason game. 2 preseason games is all that's needed for everybody on the roster who is not a starter. And then that's it. Go straight into the regular season. But not having any preseason games, I'm not really a fan of that. I know you'll have joint practices with different teams and stuff like that, but I feel like you still need that real-life game scenario for all the rookies and for all the non-starter players who are not used to playing in those real game moments so soon.
And I don't even think they're going to have joint practices, man. So everything is really going to have to be kept in-house. So whatever tape that you produce on the field if you play for the Patriots, whatever you produce it on the practice field is what you're going by. You can't go by the football tape, the game tape, anything like that, man. And that was the good thing about the preseason games and the game tape, because they really hurt the young players that are trying to make a team. Because first of all, they're reducing the roster size to 80 players. So that's including the regular roster and the practice squad. Right. 93. They're reducing it to 80. And so you can't get the game tape if you're a younger player. You just got the practice tape. And with the game tape, you also got to show other teams what you were capable of doing. So other teams can look at that game tape and say, oh, he's pretty nice. Let's pull him into our training camp if he gets cut. So you also had that ability as well. But now it's going to have to be more of like a trust thing from team to team. So if you get a call about a player from another team, they're basically just going to have to go off what you're doing in practice and your reputation. They can't go off what you're doing on the field because they can't see it off the game tape.
I mean, honestly, I agree with some of the coaches on that point of you can still tell who got it and don't got it at practice. Like, you honestly can to a certain extent now.
But the thing is about practice, though, bro, people don't go hard. They're not going to have full practices. Like, they're not going to have fully hitting. And that's the thing about practice is what are you really showing me in practice that I can really show you on the field? Because that's two different things.
Well, that's why I feel like they should have joint practices because when it's your teammates, I agree. It could be hard because you ain't going to go 100%. But you might go 100% at a joint practice because you know, like, this is your confidence, especially if it's like a team in your division that's coming to practice against you, you definitely probably going to try and go at least 90%.
But you can't do joint practices in this pandemic, though. You can't do joint practices.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I would prefer them to have joint practices.
Yeah. So everything is saying that. So this is really tough for everybody right now, man. And I think this also hurts Cam as well. I think Cam is somebody who needed the extra time in the preseason to get accustomed to his wide receivers, get accustomed to the system, and actually have real game-like situations before the actual regular season. So the fact that Cam has to just jump right into a regular season when it comes to that Patriots system, it scares me in a way. And I don't know if he's going to be ready by week 1 to have everything down and be accustomed to his wide receivers. I see he just posted a video with Edelman the other day, so I see he's working out with his wide receivers. But it's really going to hurt players like Cam if you're coming into a situation that you're not accustomed to, man, that I'm not used to this.
I mean, I feel like the whole Patriots situation, nobody's going to be used to anything with Cam stepping in there because it's like Belichick never had a quarterback like this. All the assistant coaches never dealt that are currently on the Patriots being in that system. They never dealt with a quarterback like this in this system. So they're not going to be used to anything right off the bat. Like you just said, Cam ain't going to really be used to anything right off the bat coming into not just a new system, but the system. Like the system that has won championship after championship. You know, so although he's doing the practices with Edelman and it was another wide receiver.
I think he was Sanu with Harry. He was with a few of them.
He was working with like some of the rookie wide receivers too that Patriots had got. So he's trying to like really get in touch with the roster, but still, I don't think anybody on that team, coaching wise or player wise, is gonna be used to anything. It's gonna be completely new for that whole team, which is why again, don't think Super Bowl when you think about the Patriots. Just think about a good season, a good firm season.
I think they're still going to have a good season, but don't expect any fireworks in the first couple of games. Because I'm going to take the first couple of games as the first 2 preseason games. That's just how I'm going to chalk it up. So I know they have the Miami Dolphins in their first game or something like that, and I forgot who their second game was. So those games are really going to be the preseason games of this season to get accustomed to everything and get in rhythm. And the fact that you can't be in rhythm for real because you're not in game-like situations is also going to hurt you as well. And like I brought up this example before with Ezekiel Elliott. When Elliott came back and also with Melvin Gordon. When Gordon came back and they jumped right into the regular season, it took them like a few games to actually get in the rhythm of the season, to get the carries, to be back around the team and things like that. So it takes time, man. So I think this really hurts players who signed to new teams. You're part of a new offense. But if you are there, like the Kansas City Chiefs bringing everybody back, I think this really helps the Kansas City Chiefs because everybody came back and everything is still the same. But if you're a new team that brought in a lot of new pieces, this really hurts your team, man, because you can't get accustomed like you want to get accustomed with game-like situations. Oh, what else? Antonio Brown is what was my next topic. Antonio Brown is retiring again. Obviously, he retired before. He came back. He wanted to be a rapper. He retired again. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what's going on with Antonio Brown, but it looks like my man, like he's done. So I don't know. So Edgar, how you feel about it, bro?
It's my turn.
Yeah, go.
Okay.
Go ahead, man.
I don't even know why we're talking about this, man. I just gave him applause the last time we talked about him. because I seen that he was being quiet. He was doing his drills. He was working out. He was posting good videos. He was laying low. He wasn't doing nothing outlandish. I gave him his props on that. And as soon as I do that, he do some Antonio Brown type stuff and talk about he retiring. This is just like, I'm telling you right now, this is not going to be his last statement. Because if a team reaches out and say they want him, he going to come back in the league. I'm telling y'all that right now.
And I want to say this too. He didn't officially say he was retiring. Nowhere in his statement did he say he's retiring. He just said, said something about call God. So it just implied that he was retiring or that he was done. But he didn't officially say like.
You knew that's what he meant.
But listen, I think this is what happened though. Because a lot of people just paid attention to those like 3 tweets that he was implying that he was retiring. But y'all missed the next couple of tweets that he sent out. He had tweeted something about his album, his album that was dropping called Himothy. And I want to say it was a tweet. If you can pull up his Twitter real quick and see if it's still up there. He had tweeted his album called Himothy, and then he tweeted the album link. So I think that's all the reason why he tweeted about a retirement. He was just trying to get more attention to his album, bro. And I think it worked because I think he got sales off of that, bro, alone.
I saw, I conquered, mission complete, call God. Then the next tweet was Himothy, and then the tweet after that was the link to the Himothy.
And that's what I'm saying. A lot of people just got caught up in the first 3 that y'all forgot about that link right there, bro.
This link didn't mean anything. This link was, oh my God. We're not talking about his album. No, we're done with Antonio Brown.
That's what I'm saying, though. He did this for a stunt. He wants y'all to think he retired because he wants attention on that album. He wants to be pay attention to my album. So he really got y'all. Because you
talk about this man
timeline looking like, oh, he retiring for real? But while you scrolling his timeline, you're going to see his link, and what you going to do? Most people going to click on it, bro.
No, nobody's –
I don't know, bro. And that's the reason why I feel like that's why he retired is for album or publicity stunt. And also, another reason that why he possibly could have retired is that he really has no interest from an NFL team, bro. That really could be it. Because we already know the cancer that he could be in a locker room, dog. So it's like, damn, do you really want Antonio Brown? We already heard the Tampa Bay rumors that Brady want him. But but Bruce Arians obviously don't want that nigga. So it's just like, what's going? So he can't go to Tom Brady. We heard the rumors to Seattle to play Russell Wilson. I don't know what's going on with that situation. Now I'm hearing that they want to bring back Josh Gordon, but not Antonio Brown. And I also was hearing the Ravens. So I heard that he had interest, but nothing must have been up to his liking.
I'll tell you one thing. If AB went to the Ravens, that's scary. That is scary. I'm telling you right now, that's a scary sight to see. That defense plus Mark Ingram, Lamar Jackson, and Hollywood Brown, that's scary.
They're not going to do it, though.
That's Super Bowl.
They're not going to do it.
Oh, they ain't going to do it. I'm just saying, if that were to happen, that's Super Bowl all for it.
And also, I don't think it's as good as we're making it out to be. With a wide receiver like Antonio Brown, and I don't want to say this about Steve Smith, but that's the reason why the Cam and Steve Smith thing in Carolina really didn't work. Because they felt like when you have a diva wide receiver, it hinders the growth of a quarterback. Because that diva wide receiver, he's going to keep begging you for the ball. Y'all know how Antonio Brown, Odell, they be like, yeah, we need the ball. Yeah, throw me the ball. I'm going to be open. This, that, the third, that you're hindering his growth. Because now, from looking at the whole entire field, he's just looking at your side, waiting for you to break open. So you're hindering his growth as a quarterback. And that's the reason why Carolina had got Steve Smith out of there. I don't think it was the right decision, but that was their reasoning. And that's why I don't think bringing in a diva wide receiver would help a Lamar Jackson either because of that.
I feel like it's the way that LJ plays is like, AB, you can't really get upset if you don't get the ball all the time. Lamar Jackson is a run-first. I don't want to give him that stigma. I don't want to put that stigma. I ain't going to say he's a run-first quarterback. But we all know his best weapon is his legs. So you can't be upset if you are open, but he goes on a scramble and gets the first down. Like, you can't
we're talking about Antonio Brown here.
Oh, I know, but you just can't do that.
He can be upset. He going to be upset if he don't get that rock. If he open and he don't get that rock, bro, he gonna be on the sideline in his ear. I don't know if he's gonna throw a tantrum because he's trying to put on a good face, but he gonna be in Jackson's ear like, hey man, I was open on that comeback. Hey man, I was open on that slant. And that's the thing about the Diva wide receivers, and it's everywhere. Diva wide receivers, period. T.O. was the same way. Randy was the same way. They in your ear if they ain't getting the rock, and that's why I think it hinders a quarterback's growth, and that's why they bringing in all these rookies that really don't know nothing about the NFL. That's why you bring in a Marquise Brown that's new. You bring in a Boykin. You bring in a Willie Snead who's been in the league, but he really wasn't a crazy Diva wide receiver. So you bring in wide receivers like that can get the job done, and not the Divas that can hinder. And that's the reason why I don't think an AB with the Ravens can work, bro. I don't think it can work.
That's just his attitude wherever he goes, though. It's like the same reason why you say it ain't gonna work in Baltimore. That could be the same reason why it ain't gonna work in Tampa, because you got Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, Antonio Brown. You ain't gonna get the rock as much as you think. Like, it's not gonna happen.
And how much do you think his personality has really changed, bro, from those Pittsburgh Steelers days? I don't think it's really that far off.
It may not be far off, but I definitely see progress. It may not be far off, but I see progress for sure. Like, I don't know now because he's doing this retirement talk and this album talk again, so he got me upset again, but yeah. I don't know.
Antonio Brown will be back in the NFL, bro. Like Edgar said before, if he gets a call from anybody listening to what he has to say, he's going to be on the team, bro, period. So I don't care about none of that, bro. But he will be back, but I don't think the Ravens are a good fit. I like the Russell Wilson and the Seahawks fit more than I like the Ravens fit. Even though he is a dynamic wide receiver and the Ravens could use it, I like him way better with the Seahawks. And this one I had a problem with you with, bro.
Oh yeah, tell me, because you had a problem with something.
It was a couple things I had a problem with you had posted. So this was number one. It was the Michael Bennett that you had posted, dog. You had said, so if you don't know, Michael Bennett retired, I think it was yesterday or today, after 11 years of playing in the NFL, 3-time Pro Bowler. This nigga Eggett said he's a Hall of Famer. Where the hell you get Hall of Famer from with Michael Bennett? He's a good player, dog, but I'm not saying no damn Hall of Famer for Michael Bennett.
You're the main person. Maybe? You're the main person about talking about how there's so many mid players in the Hall of Fame. So this is the cutoff?
I never said that. Hold on.
Michael Bennett is the cutoff?
No. You stop. I'm not going to put words in my mouth, sir. I'm not going to let you put words in my mouth.
You said this so many times.
Yeah, I told you about the NBA. I said the NBA.
That is about the NFL, too.
The NFL is completely different requirements to get into the Hall of Fame, bro. They be letting great players do not get into the Hall of Fame in the NFL. Mid players in the NBA be getting in. But great players in the NFL, bro, they got to take their time. Tim Brown, who is like one of the top 5, top 7 wide receivers, had to wait 11 years to get into the Hall of Fame. So great.
I ain't saying dude finna be first ballot. I ain't saying he finna be first ballot.
3-time Pro Bowler, and his stats not that crazy.
And a Super Bowl winner?
His stats not that crazy, bro.
3-time Pro Bowler and a Super Bowl winner?
I'm telling you, and I'm about to put you in facts, bro. Because if you don't know, Pro Football Reference, that's a website. They definitely have a Hall of Fame monitor. So they basically rank all the players by their accomplishments, their stats, their Super Bowls, their All-Pro, their Pro Bowls, and they rank all the positions on what's like the most likely is to get into the Hall of Fame. So obviously for defensive tackles, you got Mean Joe Green. You got who else was a defensive tackle? John Randall, other players like that. But Michael Bennett is nowhere near the top. That man is like bottom, like 3rd page of the list.
I didn't say first
ballot. To get in, bro.
Just because I say Hall of Fame, people automatically think I'm talking first ballot. No, like
I'm talking no ballots. No, it don't matter what ballot.
He's gonna get in. I'm telling you what's gonna happen. He's gonna get in. I'm telling you.
He's not getting in, bro.
He's gonna get a job eventually on Fox Sports or CBS Sports or something like that. He's going to have a good career with them for like 3, 4, 5 years. And then he's going to get put in the Hall of Fame like on his, I'd say like his 2nd time or 3rd time around.
He's nowhere close. I'm going to look it up right now.
I ain't saying he's close. I'm just telling you what's going to happen.
Look, Michael Bennett. He's all the way down here. His points was like, what did I say, 35.23?
35.53. 35.53.
And roll up to the top. Let me scroll up to the top. And what's the average, they say? What's the average? The average Hall of Famer.
Average Hall of Famer, 237.
No, that's the highest. But what's the average?
It's average.
Hall of Fame defensive end.
I don't see average. I see AMP, AP1.
It's 102. 102 is the average amount of points that you need to get in.
Okay.
Football Reference. That's the highest that you need to have to get into the Hall of Fame. That's the average. And he's at a 35. This man is nowhere near the Hall of Fame, bro. So that's one problem I have with you. And we're going to dive into the other one I had with you later on, bro. But that was
speaking the truth. I speak the truth. That's all.
That's one I had seen today on Facebook, bro. I was like, this nigga.
Whether you like the truth or not, that's not my problem. But I spoke.
I like this nigga Edgar tripping, bro. So, yeah. I think that's all my NFL. That's all your NFL?
NFL, did I have one more? Nah. Did I have? I think I had one more. Damn.
NFL is doing daily tests this season. So they doing daily tests. So they getting tested every day to make sure you don't got that coronavirus.
I wasn't gonna talk about that, but I was like,
it's something quick, but you just gotta drop that in and move on.
No, I ain't had no more NFL. It wasn't that much news.
All right, and let's move on to the MLB. Mookie Betts, who is the 2018 NL MVP or AL MVP, got paid, bro. 12-year, $365 million. And what old boy got, bro? We were just talking.
Mike Trout.
Mike Trout. What he got?
I don't remember the exact amount. He had over $400 million though.
$400 million, and that's crazy, bro. So Mookie, I think they said Mookie Betts and Trout combined have like 700, damn near 800 million combined, bro.
I want to say Mike Trout had the deal was like 412 mil. If I want to be specific, it was over 400. I know that.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. So how you feel about the deal?
I love it. The fact that
he signed with the Dodgers. He signed with the Dodgers, by the way. He used to play for the Red Sox his first 5 seasons, and now he's going to the Dodgers for the 12-year, $365. But go ahead.
I love it. Baseball has no salary cap. You pay the player what you feel he's worth based off of the production that you've seen and what you feel he can offer to the team. So no salary cap. You want to give dude 700 mil. If you got it, then give it. You know what I'm saying? So only thing with me is it's like only thing that bothers me with those big contracts, 10 years or 12 years and stuff like that, is like, I don't know if I would ever sign with a team that long. Like, if you still want to end up giving me that much money throughout different, like, contract signings, that's cool. Like, if my salary with you ends up accumulating up to 400 mil out of the 2 or 3 contracts I signed to, that's cool. But signing a one-time deal for 10 to 12 years, I don't see myself doing that. Because I want to be able to have the option that if I want to leave, I want to be able to leave. If I
but
sign
you got to
that
think
deal,
about the security at the same time. It's about security, financial security. While you can get injured tomorrow. Like none of this MLB or sports thing is promised. Period. So you want to sign for the most possible money to get that financial security. I get your point of wanting to have the option of opting out and seeing different teams, but you got to have that security because, like I said, nothing is promised, bro. Past tomorrow.
But if you're gonna give me 12 years for 360 something mil, is like, why not divide that 360 something mil into 2 and let me do a 6 and 6 deal. Give me 6 years, and on that 6th year, I got the opt to continue it or move on if I want to move on. And you give me the guaranteed money from the first cut, and then if I want to opt in to take the second half of that, I can. Or if I want to walk, I can walk. That's what I would do. I wouldn't take a full 12-year deal. I just wouldn't.
That would work as well, but you just wouldn't get as much guaranteed money. You wouldn't get as much guaranteed money as you would get in a whole 12-year deal. And also, you said a player option, so he can decide if he wants to go on. Because
right.
I think you were saying a team option. Because if you – and that's the problem I had with you when you said divide it up, if you just signed a 6-year contract. Because if he signs a 6-year contract for whatever, $200 million, so or $188 million, whatever, $30 million per year. If he signs that, if he's not the same player by that end of the contract, he's not getting paid as much money on the next contract.
But if I am, that's
that
the if game. That's the if game you got to play at that point.
Man, I don't want to risk that, bro. I don't want to risk that.
But you're risking it by offering me the 12-year deal, so why not risk it with the 6 and 6?
No, but you don't want to risk all that, bro. Because if you're not the same player by the end, bro, they're gonna be wanting to trade you or wanting to cut you, bro. One of the two.
If I ain't the same player 6 years into the 12-year contract, you're gonna be looking like, damn, we really signed this dude for 12 years, and after 6, he don't got no sign of progressing for the last 6. It's the same concept.
Nah,
so why not split it in half
something.
instead of doing the whole big thing? Why not just split it in half? That's my opinion on it.
I don't like that, bro. More guaranteed in general, but you need that. Like I said, nothing is promised, bro, and that's the biggest thing. Shout out to Mookie Betts though, because he definitely deserved this contract. I was looking at his stats earlier today, man. All of his batting average is always like 290. I think the year he won MVP, it was like 360.
Mm-hmm.
And MVP year was in 2018, and he has been in the top 10 of the MVP voting the past 3 years. He has been in the top 10 for the MVP.
As a Rays fan, it hurts. It hurts just giving me Red Sox congratulations like that. But hey, like they are rivals for a reason, and they always give us a hard fight for a reason. Mookie Betts is definitely one of the main reasons for that. So congratulations to him. Congratulations to the Dodgers for that pickup, and I'm sure they're gonna continue to have success with him over at least 8 out of the 12 years at least.
And I think he has a World Series as well. Did Boston win recently?
Yeah, he got one. I don't remember how recent it was, but he got one.
Yeah, I think he had one as well. All right, man. So let's move on to the social media wants to know segment of this podcast. So I'm gonna start this one off. So this was one I had seen on Twitter the other day. Or what did I see this on Get Up? One of the two. It was, if Deshaun Watson was the QB of the Kansas City Chiefs instead of Patrick Mahomes, would they win just as much? Cody, how you feel about that?
Like just as many games? If it was Deshaun,
would they win as many games, and would they be Super Bowl champions right now? We're talking about Deshaun Watson being the quarterback.
Nah.
Talking about all the deficits, all the comebacks. Would Deshaun Watson be capable of all that?
No, Deshaun Watson is great, but Patrick Mahomes is just – he's on a level on his own right now. Like, I don't see anybody standing right next to Patrick Mahomes at the moment when it comes to pure quarterback skills. Like, I don't see anybody standing next to him right now. He's the greatest quarterback in the league right now. Deshaun Watson is phenomenal. Like, he uses his legs. He has the accuracy and everything, but it's just some – like, Patrick Mahomes just has that it factor. It's like you never know what it is.
Deshaun got that it. Boy, you tripping.
He don't got the same it as Patrick
Yes,
Mahomes.
he does.
No, he doesn't.
I'm going to put you in fact. I'm going to get you. Go ahead. Your point. What's your point?
No, that's just it. That's it.
Nah, bro. I'm going to get you right here, bro. I think Mahomes is one of the most talented quarterbacks we've ever seen. But I think it's obviously has something to do with his weapons, bro, that we don't talk about enough. This man got some of the best weapons in the league that accentuate his talents. You got Hill, you got Salmon, you got Kelsey, and you got one of the best offensive lines. So you have no holes. So if you put Deshaun Watson back there, who we know is capable of being great, who we seen win at the college level, and who we see have the it factor, so he can't do the same thing. Deshaun Watson can do the same thing. He can throw just as deep, can be just as accurate, bro. So what are we saying? Are we saying we can't compare him just because of his talent in Houston, that he can't be the same player when he has different weapons in Kansas City?
If you're just going to give the fact of the weapons in Kansas City, then yeah, like I don't see them winning the Super Bowl if it was Deshaun Watson as opposed to Patrick Mahomes.
What is the difference to you though? What is the difference to you?
What's the difference? It's like off the top of my head, like I don't know. It's just
it ain't too much it's not too much that you can really say, bro.
I'll admit you got me stuck with that. You got me stuck with that. I can't think of a huge difference between them right now, but I just know for a fact I would just much rather have Patrick Mahomes as opposed to Deshaun Watson.
Talent-wise and throwing the ball, bro, you probably right. Just arm talent alone, Patrick Mahomes has some of the best arm talent we've ever seen.
Now, Deshaun Watson is the better dual threat quarterback. I'll say that.
But I'm not gonna act like Deshaun Watson ain't got an arm on him himself, bro. His arm talent ain't nothing to sniff at as well, bro. Like it's up there with Mahomes. So I'm like, that's why when you ask if Kansas City, if you put Deshaun Watson in Kansas City with Tyreek Hill, with Kelsey, and with all those weapons, he's not doing anything with those. He's not winning as many games. He's not winning the Super Bowl.
He can get to the Super Bowl. I just wouldn't see him I don't see him winning it. I just don't see him winning it. That's the only.
I see him winning it, bro. I see him winning the Super Bowl, bro, because we've seen it at the college level. If we see it at the college level, bro, I know it can translate easily into the NFL level. But we just haven't seen it because of the weapons that he has in Houston. The weapons are piss poor. He had DeAndre Hopkins, who was stupidly let go. He has Will Fuller, who never stays healthy. You can't even name his tight end. His running back, who was his running back last season? Who the hell?
I had him on fantasy. I sadly had him on my fantasy. Like,
yeah, like you can't even name his weapons on his team, but he's taking them to the playoffs. Obviously, he had DeAndre Hopkins, so obviously I want to say that he's a number one or top 3 wide receiver. But other than that, bro, it's not too much that you can look at and say that he has. So if you put him on a team where it's weapons galore, it's like, bro, I can't see any misses, and I can't give you a reason why they cannot win a Super Bowl.
I don't know. I feel like by saying that, it just diminishes Patrick Mahomes in a way, though, bro. Like, I just feel like
I don't see it diminishing him.
Do you see Lamar Jackson being able to do that?
I don't think Lamar Jackson has the arm talent that Deshaun Watson has, and that's what I would say.
But the way the way Lamar plays is like, would he really need to? With all that talent around him, would he really need to have that arm talent? Tyreek Hill,
yes.
He may not be Tyreek Hill may not be the best route runner, but he can like dust people like really fast. Like his routes may not be the best, but he can get where he needs to go before his opponent does. So Lamar can easily get the ball to Tyreek. Travis Kelce, one of the top 2 tight ends in the league. Who else? They got Edwards-Helaire coming now on the team. Like, so you got a great running back. You know what I'm saying? The defense is meh, but it's Lamar Jackson. He can keep you in the game regardless, and his legs at the end of the day. So do you think Lamar Jackson would need Mahomes or Watson type arm talent to still take that team to the Super Bowl?
I can't see them winning it, bro, because we seen it. We seen it in the playoffs this past season, bro. If you get a lead on Baltimore, it's hard for Baltimore to come back. I don't think it's difficult for Deshaun Watson to come back from a deficit, because we see it in the Tennessee Titans-Baltimore game. If you got him down by 14 or you got him in the hole, it's real difficult for Lamar Jackson to pull you out of that because he doesn't have the arm talent or he doesn't have the experience that other quarterbacks have in the league right now, bro. And that's the reason why I wouldn't say he wins it right now. And if you were just telling me that Lamar Jackson got drafted by Kansas City and they got all their weapons and he got drafted to Kansas City, you already know the stigma that comes around Lamar Jackson and he's a running quarterback. I don't even think their offense would be the same like it is now. I think if you have a Deshaun Watson and a Patrick Mahomes, your offense can be similar. Before Lamar Jackson, your offense has to be completely different.
Yeah, it's going to be different regardless.
But I'm just saying the stigma around Lamar. Obviously, you know, he has the arm, but the stigma about Lamar is that he's a running quarterback. So obviously, you're going to turn into a running offense just like Baltimore has become. You throw sometimes when the defense is loading up the box, but that's the secondary option. And Kansas City, that's the number one and basically only option in Kansas City. I think you can do that with Deshaun and with Patrick Mahomes. You can't do that with a Lamar. Obviously, he's improved, but he's not on the level passing-wise as a Deshaun and with the Mahomes.
I agree with that.
On that level. And I think that was really shown in that playoff game, bro. I think it was really shown. If you have him in the hole, it's hard to come back. Because obviously with that offense, if they get up on you, it's hard to come back on Baltimore. Because obviously they're just going to ground and pound you. It's hard to come back. But if you get up on them like Tennessee did, and they got to come back and they got to make plays, you can blame the wide receiver talent, but you can blame Lamar as well. He was making some interceptions. So it's like blame can go all around for that Baltimore loss. So it's like it's just not the same comparison when you talk about Lamar and Deshaun. I think Deshaun and Lamar are comparable. Mahomes and Lamar are not. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reasons I would have for that. So I think
understandable.
Take them to the Super Bowl.
Understandable.
Yeah. So I think Deshaun will take them to the Super Bowl, bro. Do you have anything for social media wants to know?
Social media wants to know. I just seen this about an hour ago. So hear me out. I'm going to give you, after I tell you what it is, I'm going to give you my pick on it. It's 4 options. You get 10 prime healthy years from one of these duos, but you have to compete against the others who you don't choose. I'm going to say that again. You get 10 prime healthy years from one of these duos that I'm about to name. There's 4 duos. But you have to compete against the others who you don't choose. So the 4 duos are Kobe and Melo, 10 prime healthy years. Kobe and Melo, James Harden and Tracy McGrady, Giannis and AI, Kevin Durant and D Wade. I personally chose.
You already know where I'm going with this one, bro. You already know where I'm going with this one.
It was hard for me because I was stuck between KD and D Wade and AI and Giannis, but I went with KD and D Wade.
Okay. And I would say this, bro. Obviously, my bias would scream that it would be KD and Wade. Obviously, that's just my bias. D Wade being my favorite player. But I wouldn't even have Giannis and AI as my number 2. I honestly, if anybody else could make an argument, it would be that Kobe and Melo. You talking about some prime shit? Kobe and Melo in their prime, 2 of the most dynamic players we have ever seen. But the thing is, can they coexist? So are we taking
my problem from
that into account, though?
That was my problem
to coexist. Yeah, are we taking that into account, though?
I did.
Are we just saying there's
just 10 prime healthy? 10 prime healthy years. You add or take away anything from that on your own choosing. So.
And are we saying on a team or just truly 2-on-2? That's another thing as well. Because
I imagine
the other 2.
I imagine it's on a team, but you could do 2-on-2 if you wanted to.
And still, bro, I still would have a hard time going against that Melo and Kobe team because you got to think, bro. I actually think they could coexist. Because we've seen earlier in Kobe's career, after Shaq left, that Kobe can pass the ball. It's a stigma around Kobe that he can't pass the ball and that he doesn't pass the ball. But he can pass the ball. And I think he's a willing passer if he has the people on his team. And I think we've seen that with the Pau Gasols, with the Andrew Bynums in the later Kobe championship years. And he's willing to pass the ball if he has talented people around him. So if you have somebody like a Melo on his team, dog, that's crazy. Somebody as dynamic as Melo, you just throw it in and that's a bucket, and you got some shooters around him. I don't think too many teams are beating that, bro. Especially being such a dog like Kobe was on the defensive side of the ball. I don't know, bro. So if I was just to look at it objectively, bro, taking my bias out of it and taking away the chemistry issues that would be along with it, I would say Kobe and Melo just off that fact because out of the names that you gave me, bro, though that is the best duo. Truly, talent-wise, that is the best duo in my opinion. Prime shit. We talking about prime Kobe, who is arguably top 6, and we talking about Melo, who is a top 30 player of all time. I don't know. I don't really know the numbers right now, but somebody who's definitely high up there for the all time and is a bucket. Y'all forget about the Denver Melo. A lot of people, they forget about the Denver Melo. And that's
Nick Melo pissed me off. Nick Melo pissed me off so much, but I will give credit where it's due. Denver Melo was a beast. He was a monster. Like it was. I don't know what happened when he went to New York. He got his bread and he didn't put that much effort in. But
and also the team around him was different, bro. When he was in Denver, bro, he had J.R. Smith. He had played with AI at one point. He had played with Chauncey at one point. And he had good pieces around him, along with the good coach in George Karl. You go to the Knicks, you got a new coach damn near every other year. You don't got the talent around you because your contract is so huge. And they traded all their good players to get you. Because you remember, they traded Gallinari. They had traded Mozgov. They had traded some other players to get Melo on the Knicks. So all the good players went to Denver. So Melo went there and he had nobody. You know what I'm saying? It's just the Melo show. So he just had to do whatever just to get his stats at that point. So it wasn't about winning anymore when he got to the Knicks. But when he was in Denver, a lot of people forget that he got to the Western Conference Finals against Kobe. He lost, I think it was 07, he had lost, or 08, he had lost to Kobe in the Western Conference Finals. And a lot of people forget that. So that's why when you say best 2, bro, I would truly go Melo and Kobe, bro. I think I would really go that. Close second would be Wade and KD. If I'm looking objectively, though, I got to go Kobe and Melo. If I'm looking objectively.
It was really the chemistry thing that was throwing me off. I don't know. I just don't see it working. Like, I really didn't see it working. That's what kept me from picking that. That was my third option. My fourth option would have been James Harden and Tracy McGrady. I just don't see that.
Oh yeah, I don't like that.
I don't like that duo at all, really. But the reason I chose KD and Wade was because, first off, you got Wade, one of the top 3, top 4 shooting guards of all time. Like, the reason why I love number 3 when it comes to basketball, other than AI, but I just being Wade with the home team and just Florida in general, I'm going with Wade for number 3 over AI number 3. And the defense that Wade had, the heart that he played with, the way he was just able to take the knockdowns and get back up and just bounce back, the bounce that he had for his size coming into the league and growing into the height that he grew into, that was just prime Wade was just something serious, bro. And then prime KD, I get on KD all the time about the move that he made to Golden State, but I will never shortchange that man's talent. I will never shortchange his effect on the court. Kevin Durant is damn near the most impossible person to stop holding the basketball.
He is the most unguardable player to ever play
to touch a basketball. I will fully agree with that.
Ever.
He's the most unguardable person when it comes to playing basketball. There's nobody who can guard him. Like,
ever.
Like, I can't even put prime Kobe on him. Like, you might stop him a little bit. He may not drop 35, but he going to drop 28. You know what I'm saying? 28, 29. Mm-hmm. And that's on a bad night. So that's the reason why I chose KD and Wade. It's just like the most unguardable,
bro.
The most unguardable offensive player of all time with Flash. Like, I don't know. I can't pick too many duos that I pick against that. I'm glad they didn't add Braun in this. They didn't add Braun in this at all, because it would have been kind of too one-sided if they put Braun with any of these players almost.
And I feel like a lot of people are probably going Kobe because he passed. But if you're looking objectively, bro, it's real close, bro. When you talk about Melo and Kobe and D Wade and KD, man. Because like you said, man, a lot of people forget, man, that D Wade was a dog on defense too. Like,
exactly.
All defensive teams, like, and was averaging like a couple, like a still and a half a game, like a few seasons in his career. Like, D Wade is up there.
The clutch buzzer beaters that this man was hitting, bro. Like, oh my God, bro.
Yeah. And a lot of people, and I would go to my grave saying this, bro. D Wade has the greatest finals performance of all time. I'm talking past Jordan. Just off the fact. Go look at that 06 finals performance, man. This man averaged 36, 10, 2 blocks, 2 steals, and 5 assists. The next highest scorer on his team was Shaq at 13. So you're telling me D Wade was killing, and don't forget that they was down 0-2. So he had to come back from an 0-2 deficit, and they were down by 13 in the fourth quarter of game 3. So they're damn near down 3-0. He came back and won 4 straight games damn near by himself.
Damn near.
Bro.
I said, I would go to my grave. Not taking nothing away from Shaq, but it was damn near by himself.
Shaq was a decoy because he was getting double teamed. I don't want to say Shaq was not doing anything. He was just getting double teamed, and because Shaq was obviously still a dominant person at that time in his career. He was still dominant, but he was getting double teamed. So it was just like D Wade had to do it on his own, and they made him. They forced it to D Wade, and he performed, bro. So like I said, D Wade, I would go to my grave saying that he has the greatest finals performance of all time. Because you can never say that Jordan was down or was down in a final series and had to come back.
Exactly.
2? From 0-2? Damn near down 0-3?
He was down in the playoffs before that much.
He was down in the playoffs.
In the finals, he was never down in the finals. Like, only reason, like, D Wade will probably be second for me for finals performances. I just got to get that 2016 chip. That 03, being down 0-3 LeBron, that playoff, that championship run, that was crazy. You had Kyrie damn near averaging the same amount of points as you.
But that's my point, though.
But even with that, you still, like, it's just completely against you to win, and you got your second best player damn near averaging as many points as the main player on your team, and you still, like, down 0-3, like 3-0. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And you come back, you're leading the entire finals. You're leading in every category: points, rebounds, assists, minutes. Like, you're leading in all of those categories, and you come back down from 3-0, and you do it on the road at that. Like, I feel like that's the greatest finals performance like I've ever seen. D-Wade would be a close second, very close second for all the reasons.
Yeah, and obviously Michael Jordan is up there, so I don't want y'all to be pissing y'all clothes and saying we ain't mentioning Michael Jordan. But obviously, Jordan just always had the better team, in my opinion. And in that finals for D-Wade, they did not have the better team. They just had the best player on the court, and that was D-Wade. He just had to overshadow everybody. Because this is prime Dirk we're talking about. He went up against prime Dirk. And a lot of people forget how good that was. Because he was MVP one year, Dirk was. So Dirk was getting off.
And the fadeaway, the Dirk fadeaway that y'all seen over the past 5, 6, 7 years, this the rusty fadeaway. This ain't the in his prime fadeaway. Like the in his prime Dirk fadeaway, y'all think the fadeaway now is hard to stop? Man, oh my God. People don't really know about Dirk like that, bro.
Facts, bro. A lot of people sleep.
I first got into Dirk when I watched Like Mike. That was my first time really like paying attention to Dirk Nowitzki. I was like, because his name threw me off. I never seen anybody with a last name like that. So right after I watched Like Mike, I was like, I'm gonna start watching him. I'm gonna start paying attention to him because I don't know who he is. And I was like, this man fadeaway is crazy. Like it fall like a teardrop every time. I was like, man, y'all don't know about Dirk, bro. Y'all gotta respect Dirk.
Dirk was real now. And D-Wade overcame all that. Because you got to think, bro, they had Devin Harris, who was an all-star in his career at one point. They had Josh Howard. A lot of people forget about Josh Howard, but he was an all-star that season. They had Jerry Stackhouse, who was a solid role player, and Jason Terry. That was a prime Jason Terry that they had.
Right.
I nigga D-Wade overcame all of that with Shaq being decoyed at one point, at being decoyed the whole series. Had to overcome all of that. Greatest series I've ever seen. Shaq had some good finals. MJ had some great finals, but it's like, man, I got to get at the D-Wade.
I don't know. It's like, again, Bron going against the prime Warriors that he went against. Yeah. I don't know. I still just can't put D-Wade over the prime Steph Curry, prime Klay Thompson. Like, I know you don't like Draymond Green right now, but you don't like Draymond Green right now, but Draymond Green was snapping back then too. That whole Warriors roster, it was like, how are you going to beat this team? Like,
and that's what I'm thinking, bro. Would they win if Draymond not sitting out Game 5? Would they win the series? For that stimulus package by the NBA. I don't think they win in that series, though, bro. So the NBA helped them out a lot, first off. I think the NBA helped them out a lot by suspending Draymond. And the fact that Kyrie put in just as much work as LeBron. Obviously, LeBron was the main catalyst, but Kyrie hit the game winner in that series. He was putting up damn near 30, 40 points. Damn, it felt like a game. So it's just like, I got to take that into account when I look at LeBron whole in totality. What LeBron put up? Like 40, 10 or something crazy like that in that series?
I think they both scored 44 on the same night, one of those nights.
Yeah, exactly. They had both dropped 41. So they obviously both of them did their thing, but I think they take away from each other at the same time. But when it came to D-Wade, nobody's taking away from him because he's the only nigga scoring. You feel what I'm saying?
Literally.
Yeah. So let's move on. Then we'll stick with the NBA. So another social media who wants to know, who will be a better all-time player when they retire? Kawhi Leonard or Kevin Durant? And this is a real interesting question to me, bro, because a lot of people would just off the dome say, KD, most definitely. Like you just said, most unguardable player ever, this, that, and the third. KD got 2 rings. But I'm going to let y'all niggas know something right now, bro. Kawhi Leonard is going to be rated. If he wins a championship this season, that will be 3 championships with 3 different teams. With the Spurs, with the Raptors, and with the Clippers.
And he going to do it before Bron.
And first off, going to do it before Bron. And the fact of who else is doing that other than Bron? And the fact that he was the main catalyst for all 3 of those championship wins and is going to be finals MVP in all 3 of those series, y'all sleep on him. And I had tweeted this yesterday because I was looking at just highlights of Kobe and Kawhi Leonard. And he really is just a robotic Kobe. He's not as fluid as Kobe when it comes to moves. And when it comes to fadeaways, he's so robotic with his movements, but he gets the job done, and he's so clutch when it comes to that, man. So when I look at championships and impact on the culture, and when I look at defense, because he's obviously already won Defensive Player of the Year, I want to say multiple times or maybe at least one time.
And I think he's won it twice.
I know it might be twice. And the fact that he's maybe could win 3 with 3 different teams. And the fact that KD's 2 championships, we look at KD with a raised eyebrow and look at his 2 chips. So who would you have? I got Kawhi. And who's going to rank higher on the all-time ranks by the end of their career?
I'm picking Kawhi, but this is a huge but. And I don't know if it's going to happen. But if KD finds a way to win a ring with the Nets or any other team that he's with throughout his career, if he finds a way to win one more or multiple rings with a different team, and he does it in a way that he's not the villain of the league, I feel like the answer can transition to KD. But right now, I have to say Kawhi for all the reasons that you said. Plus, at the end of the day, all we're going to remember is KD won 2 chips. But I feel like
I don't think that's all we're going to remember. I think we're going to remember KD being a bucket.
Oh, I'm talking about like the younger generation, honestly. Oh, okay. Like when it come to us.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I say our age and like maybe 2 or 3 years, people younger than us will know what happened when KD won the ring that he won. But all the younger kids, they're going to look in the history books. They'll read about what he did. But at the end of the day, they're going to be like, well, he got 2 chips and he a walking bucket. Like, they're not going to look at it the same way we look at it. But the way we look at it, we always going to look at him like, bro, you ain't really get them 2 rings how you were supposed to. Like, you got them. I mean, at the end of the day, you went and got them, but we knew what was going to happen when you got there. So it's like, that's really what's keeping me from giving him that nod. But if he wins with Brooklyn or he goes to another team and wins with another team and he gets 3 different teams or 2 different teams a ring, I might give him a nod on that just because he's extremely unguardable. But right now, I got to go with Kawhi.
And like I said, bro, right now I feel like Kawhi in other people's minds, because I think KD is probably a top 20 player. If you just sit down right now and think top 20 players, most talented, whatever, KD is probably in your top 20, bro, just based off that alone. Because I don't think people even think about Kawhi Leonard when you even think about an all-time list. He's such a quiet personality, he doesn't even pop in your head. But when you think about his on-court accomplishments, his championships, everything that he's done, the defense player of the years, you know what I'm saying? It's like an all-star game. It's like, damn, he's putting up more work than a Kevin Durant. Obviously, he didn't come into the NBA being a walking bucket like a KD. He obviously took years to develop. But what we're seeing now, prime years, I would say his prime is better than KD's prime, just straight up. KD putting up more buckets, but who's having a better impact on the NBA and on his team? I would go with Kawhi Leonard. And that's why I would go with who's going to end up better. And the situation he's in right now with the Clippers, with Paul George, and with everybody else, with Lou Will, I don't see him losing anytime soon when it comes to championships if they keep that team together. I can't. So I'm just seeing more and more championships when I think about it, too. That's what also comes into account.
I agree.
And what else? Oh, we talked about it last week a little bit. We ain't got to spend too much time on it. It was the Mayfield over Kyler Murray topic. And you remember that you had said, like, they're going to have Mayfield rated higher because you got so much talent on that team. They rated this nigga Mayfield a 78 overall over Kyler Murray, who was a 77. So, reaction.
I can't even – I'm just really pissed. Like, I can't even react how I want to react. It's like, damn, bro. It's like I called it. It's one of those situations where you call something and you mad that you actually called it because it's just bullshit, bro. It's like they gave – I'm going to say it again. They gave Baker Mayfield this 78 because you can't have a team on Madden with a receiving core like the Browns and nobody like plays with them or nobody throws the ball.
Yeah, because the quarterback can't throw,
Like you can't have Odell Beckham, which is a top 10 wide receiver. People don't want to have him in their top 5s no more right now because past 2-3 seasons. But top 10 for sure, top 10 receiver in the league.
He's top 5, bro.
And then, in my opinion, he's top 5. And then you got Juice. It's like you got Juice on one side, Odell Beckham on the other. and you can't play with this team because your quarterback is so trash. Madden looking like we got to get this dude at least a 78. So that way people can somewhat play with the Browns. That's the only reason this man got a 78. If the talent wasn't there receiving-wise, this man probably had like a 72, 73.
Facts, bro. And that's what he should have. I said it last week. He should be in the low 70s, bro. 78 over Kyler Murray. And Kyler Murray, I think Kyler Murray, his status is going to jump this season. I think this is a huge season for Murray.
He's in a tougher division. He has way more skill. Like, he has weapons now. He always had Larry, but now you got D-Hop with Larry, and they got another receiving too. I can't think of his name.
They got Christian Kirk, and they got Kenyon Drake at running back still.
Dude got talent around him. Talent is way better on his side as opposed to Baker Mayfield. The better arm, and you put Baker Mayfield, it's just the fact that they got to make sure Odell and Juice get some playing time on Madden. That's the only reason.
That's fact.
That's the only reason.
And I agree with that, bro. And I looked at that rating, bro, and I couldn't do nothing but shake my head, dog, because it really made no sense at all, bro, that you had Mayfield.
And I don't even know how to feel. I'm so upset.
And I want to say we brought this up last week. They got Burrow at a 76, and they got what's the name, Murray at a 77, and also your boy Drew Lock rated at a 70. So Baker Mayfield way better than him according to them. Burrow, who hasn't played a game, is way better than Drew Lock. So that's what we get from that rating, bro. It's crazy.
And I told you, Drew Lock gonna be a dark horse for MVP.
I don't know about that. But
he gonna be a dark horse. He ain't gonna be one of them league can't. He gonna be the one that sneak up and show everybody around the later half of the season that, oh snap, Drew Lock might be that dude. Like, he gonna do that. He gonna do something like that.
He gonna be all right. I don't know if he gonna be that crazy.
He gonna start off all right, and then crunch time gonna come, and he gonna show up, and then dude's gonna be like, man, Drew Lock low key that nigga. He gonna be like, nah, y'all ain't have hope the whole year. That's like how you was with Rodney Hood. You did not care about Rodney Hood until he hit like 3 shots.
What are you saying? See,
you didn't care about Rodney Hood.
Things in my mouth. Paul, you trying me, bro. You trying me, bro.
No, let me tell the story. Let me tell the story. So everybody, was this last year or the year before? Oh my gosh, I can't remember.
This was last year, bro. This was last year.
This was last year. Okay, this was last year. Everybody, during the playoffs, Portland was playing
Denver.
They playing Denver.
Denver.
Portland was playing Denver. Quincy is talking cash shit about Rodney Hood the entire game. Rodney Hood
talking cash shit, bro. I said Rodney Hood, that nigga.
No, talking cash shit the whole game. We get in the later half of the game. I want to say it's like middle of the fourth quarter or whatever. Rodney Hood goes on a run to where they go on like a 10 to 15 point run against Denver and end up winning the game. And this man Quincy, out of nowhere, Rodney Hood is that nigga, bro. I told
you told the story wrong. I wanted you to finish so you could get that lie off. This is what really happened. So I love Rodney Hood. I love Rodney Hood since Duke days. I don't fuck Rodney Hood heavy. So we watching the game, right? So I'm like, bro. And it's at the end of the game is when we start talking about Rodney Hood because it went into like 3-4 overtimes. I remember.
I'm supporting Rodney Hood the whole game. It's Quincy.
You're capping.
Oh, I don't want to.
He's laughing. He capped. That man capped. I was supporting Rodney Hood. He was capping. He was like, Rodney Hood trash. What are you talking about, Rodney Hood?
We're in my living room. What I got to laugh for?
No, you capping, bro. You capping. It got to be like the 3rd or 4th overtime, bro. So I'm like, everybody getting tired, right? So Rodney Hood fresh. I'm like, my nigga Rodney about to snap. What you talking about? And what Rodney did, Rodney went on like a 10-point stretch where Rodney was carrying the team. I said, my nigga's eating, my nigga's snapping. This nigga Edgar was in the corner mad as fuck. Because that nigga was eating.
Because he was flawed. Quincy was flawed the whole game.
No, you was talking the whole game.
No, I wasn't.
You was, bro. This nigga told me, bro. Do not believe this nigga, dog. Do not believe this nigga.
He didn't have faith in Rodney Hood. That's all I want to put out. He didn't have faith in Rodney. That's all I want.
I have faith in, bro. I love Rodney. I rock with Rodney Hood heavy. Like I said, since Duke days.
But you wasn't that day.
Talking cash shit about Rodney Hood.
You wasn't that day.
Why would I talk cash when I fuck with Rodney?
I don't know. You the one
Do not believe this man's story. Do not believe this man's story. I told the truth. I told the truth, bro. Let's put current events after this capping. Oh my God. And this is the other problem that I have with you, bro. And current events. So you had brought up this Facebook post, and it was what you had said. You said something about Chris Brown. You said Chris Brown is the closest thing to Mike. This, that, the third. Yeah.
I thought you said Chris Bosh. I was going to say, whoa, what did I say about Chris?
Oh no, Chris Brown. No, I'm talking about Chris Brown. You said Chris Brown is the closest thing to Michael Jackson. This, that, the third. But what you be forgetting, bro, and that I hate you, never bring him up. You gonna stop acting like Usher wasn't in between that time, my nigga. You be trying, my nigga, Usher like he ain't a legend, my nigga. You always skip over Michael Jackson and go right over the damn Chris Brown. No, it was a nigga in between that time named Usher Raymond who was giving us hits and dancing at the same time. That's what you need to be showing appreciation to, not the damn Chris Brown. Don't jump to Chris Brown. No. It was a nigga in between that time who was giving us hits that you never appreciate. And that's what I seen in your post. No appreciation was given to a nigga who gets the awards, who gets the love, but is underappreciated by this man for some reason, bro. And I never understand. Usher Raymond is a legend and needs to be up there with not with Michael Jackson, but he should be up there with damn Chris Brown. They right here. They right here for sure. And this nigga never shows the credit that is deserved. Go ahead.
Can I go?
Go ahead. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
How did I let you say what you had? Never disrespect the Usher in any form or fashion.
You skip over him. That's my problem.
Let me tell you why. The reason I skipped over Usher is because the entire world, damn near, along with Usher, I've seen Usher say this with his own mouth, has uttered the phrase, Chris Brown is the closest thing that we've ever seen to Michael Jackson. Usher himself has said this. He ain't just say it just to be nice or nothing like that. No, like, he full-heartedly meant this. And everybody else, every other legend, music-wise, has said this. So it's not like it's just me. Like, it's not like I'm the only one saying this. Multiple people have said this in the music industry, from fans, all that. So that's point number one.
I need to read your post, bro, because your post is what really tells the story.
That's point number one. Point number two, I know Usher, like, laid the ground out before Chris Brown hopped on. It was like you got MJ, and then you had Usher and R. Kelly, and then road was paved for Chris Brown to do what he doing. But Chris Brown is far more artistically talented than
Whoa.
No, let me say what I gotta say. Let me say what I gotta say.
Go. Okay, go.
Look at how many things I'm finna count right now. Singer,
wait,
rapper, dancer, / choreographer, producer, director, painter, actor, possible athlete. I've seen this man play basketball.
We're not talking about that. I'm talking about musically. But
you have to take all that in consideration. We take all that in consideration with Michael. Michael could dance. Michael could act. Michael could sing. Michael could choreograph. He could direct.
Music. You're talking about artistry. And if he can paint.
That's why you have to say he's the closest to Michael. That's why you have to say that.
Where's your? Did you delete the post?
No, it was a while ago. I posted a lot of stuff in between now and that. So
I don't see anything.
That was like 3 days ago almost.
Oh, that was 3 days ago?
It was like 2 or 3.
Today.
It was like 2 or 3 days ago.
Damn. I gotta scroll a little bit. All right. Well, I think I found it.
It's right here. I got it. This man is a living legend. I don't care what y'all say. There's MJ, then there's Breezy.
That was what you said. There's no in between.
There's no in between.
Problem.
There was an in between.
Bro. And that was disrespect.
No, early in Chris Brown's career, obviously there was an in between. But now, years later, from age 16 to age 31 now, in this 15 years, you mean to tell me it's still somebody in between that? No, there's nobody in between. There's nobody in between. I don't care what you say. And he owned all his masters.
And I'm glad that somebody in the comments has said it. Josiah Mobley. Shout out to Josiah Mobley, bro.
Are you reading general comments? No, you can't go off with general comments.
No,
we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
He sees the light.
No, we're not going off of that. No, you don't read general comments to strengthen your argument. Man. No, because people really be. No, it was another post that was really disrespectful. It was a post that said Chris Brown does not have any classic hits. Did you see me tweet that? Because I tweeted that.
I did.
There are people out there who really think Chris Brown doesn't have any classics. Like years from now, when we're older and we have cookouts and stuff like that, people are saying Chris Brown don't got music that you'll play at cookouts and shit like that. And I'm like,
that whole Chris Brown tape in 05.
Literally, his debut tape. It's at least the whole tape. Damn near is a classic.
The whole tape.
Like I don't know anybody who knows Chris Brown that don't know at least 5 Chris Brown songs. Like so that's impossible.
Look at Me Now.
Look at Me Now. Go Crazy. Go Crazy is a classic, and he just dropped that. No Guidance.
No Guidance.
Excuse Me, Miss.
Hits, bro. Let me go through his catalog because that's real disturbing.
Like it's just, and another thing we have to take into account, the reason why so many people put him next to Michael Jackson, the controversy that he went through is similar to the way MJ went through controversy. That Rihanna situation was supposed to end Chris Brown's career. That was supposed to end him. Like nobody seen Chris bouncing back the way he bounced back after that situation, especially after the fact when he dropped his documentary in 2017 and he told his side of the story, and we found out that Rihanna wasn't perfect in that relationship because they really tried to make it sound like for years that Chris was just beating Rihanna's ass all the time. No, Chris said it. We were beating each other. Like there'll be days that she'll beat the hell out of me. I'll probably do the same shit to her. And then he went over the situation that really blew up and really got him arrested. And he went through that whole scenario. And I'm like, wow. So he didn't just beat Rihanna's ass. Like, they were fighting each other. Like, that's a situation where both people have to be taken into account. But no, he was painted as the villain. His career was damn near ruined. He got talked about on every show in America. Like, he was just this monster and everything. And then he came back and did the MJ performance, the best BET performance of all time. The Michael Jackson tribute that he did, he won everybody's hearts back and did what he was supposed to do. And now he's 31 years old now, years later, still giving us classics with Go Crazy and No Guidance and other songs to come.
He still got Tempo. Tempo was a hit.
Exactly. So this is why I got to put him over Usher, like automatically. I got to. There ain't no even.
You want me to go on my Usher catalog now?
No, I know Usher got a catalog, but I'm just saying. You got to take everything into consideration, bro. When you getting compared,
I'm just talking about music. That's what I was going by when you said that tweet.
Music, hit for hit.
Just going about music, my nigga. Usher got to be in between that, my nigga.
Hit for hit.
Between that.
Hit for hit is not gonna be a blowout. Cause I've seen people say Usher will blow Chris Brown out. Hit for hit, that's not true. That's not true at all. He could win now. I'm not saying Usher can't win.
He could win.
But blow him out hit for hit, that's not happening. That's not happening.
When you got a whole tape that you can go to, like Chris Brown can, like that's crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. A Chris Brown tape is something that you really can't touch, man. That's timeless. That's timeless classic. But Usher got some shit, but he don't got a whole tape like Chris Brown.
Take It Down? That's not a classic? Like, oh my God. Like, I really can't believe I was arguing with people about that. I'm like, they can't believe what they type. They can't believe what they type.
But let's move on to Kanye, bro, for more current events, bro. So Kanye had came out with a lot of tweets. Or first off, it was the video about him saying that Harriet Tubman didn't free slaves and they were just given to other white people and they still slaves to this day. And then he had came up with something else. And he was crying in the video saying that he
had to save his daughter's life and stuff like that.
So I was guessing he was talking about abortion. I'm assuming he's talking about abortion, saying he almost.
I don't know what he was talking about. I never know.
That's what I think. I don't think he was gonna kill his daughter, but he was thinking to kill her by abortion. That's what his mind was at. That's what I got from it. So he obviously had those videos, and I think it was like a little pep rally. It looked like. And
it was a presidential rally that he was holding in South Carolina because he's still running for presidency. So
it was a what in South Carolina? It
was a presidential rally. He's still running for president, so
it's a presidential rally. Yeah. And then Kanye also came out with some more crazy tweets like last night and then a couple nights ago. It looked like he wanted to get away from Kim, bro. That's what it's looking like to me. So
he said a lot of stuff that I was not expecting. He called her mother Kris Jenner. He called her Kris Jong-un, basically saying she's like a dictator over the entire family and including his family. He was talking about how he been wanting to divorce Kim for a while now. Ever since like she had her meet up with Meek Mill and they was talking about prison reform and all that. I guess he been wanting to divorce her since then. He been talking about how
No. He thinks he cheated on him with Meek Mill. It wasn't just.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, he's saying that's what they met at. I'm just saying that's what.
Okay, yeah.
And then he was saying how the family is trying to like keep him away from his kids and stuff like that. He said Lil Baby his favorite artist and he don't want to do no songs with him. Which I don't know. That was just real random. Out of everything you talk about, that was real random.
It was random.
He said the way that Kim and Chris hold him back with doing a lot of stuff, he's saying it's an example of white supremacy, which shocked me. I did not expect him to say that. He also tweeted today, I think, that he does not want any of his kids to face the white supremacy that he's faced. And he said the movie Get Out was made about him, which we all made that joke.
That's what it was. That's what I forgot.
We made that joke. When the movie Get Out came out, everybody said that movie was about Kanye West. I've seen a lot of people on Twitter, Facebook, IG say that. So the fact that he addressed that, it was like, everybody knows that movie is about me. I was like, hey, you shining a light on something we already said.
He trying to break out of the second place right now. Look like he trying to get out of it somehow, man. But why is it always like this with Kanye, bro? When it comes to the comments, bro, like it's always something about slavery comments with Kanye. Like he always refers back to that for everything. I feel like he always go back in that bag for some reason, and like throwing something so controversial like that out into the air while doing a presidential rally, bro, is crazy. Like, bro, you want the black vote and you saying some crazy shit like that? Harriet Tubman, one of our greatest historical figures? Are you saying that? It don't make no sense, bro.
And people actually agree with him. That's the part that was bothering. It didn't bother me that he said it because that's some Kanye shit. Like, I'm not surprised by that. But people actually agreeing with him. I'm like, what? Like, y'all really finna just disrespect Harriet Tubman like that? Like, for real?
The fact that people, what were you saying?
No, I'm saying, like, for real? Like, we really gonna disrespect Harriet Tubman?
Yeah. And the fact that people were trying to understand the comments and say, no, he was trying to say this. Nah, nigga, we ain't rocking with that. Harriet Tubman freed slaves, nigga. It don't matter what. She got you off that damn plantation, nigga. She freed your ass, period. It don't matter what you did after that. If she got you off that plantation, nigga, she freed you.
She brought you out of a situation where we were considered 3/5 of a human being. I know everybody remember the 3/5 compromise situation. We weren't even considered human beings. So the fact that she led hundreds of slaves out of that, like to being granted citizenship and all that.
Exactly.
All the people want her responsibility. Like you said, after she got them free, do what y'all do. If y'all want to go work for the white man, work for the white man. If you want to try and get your own business, try and get your own business. It ain't her fault that majority of them went to go work for other white people. Like, that ain't her fault.
It's not, bro. And that's why and a lot of people say, yeah, something wrong with Kanye. So why do y'all keep trying to make sense of comments when y'all know he's so unstable at this point, bro? Y'all looking stupid for trying to understand what he's saying. And I think he came out with something today. I think he tweeted about it, or somebody said, I think Kim and Kris Jenner had came out about it, about him being bipolar. And I think that's something that could be taken into account why he always comes out with these comments and why he's always, like he does or shows displays of him crying or getting so emotional when it came to the kids and almost wanted to kill his daughter, those type of points. I think bipolar could have something to do with it. And we could be looking at Kanye and seeing the deterioration of him. So that could be something else too.
I'm not giving an excuse because I know people love to cop out of stuff all the time with the mental illness excuse, but I do truly feel like there is something wrong with Kanye. Is he anti-black with a lot of stuff that he do a lot of times? Yes. Does he say a lot of stupid shit a lot of times? Yes. But I also feel like there's truly something wrong with him. And I didn't read everything Kim posted today because it was too much. I wasn't reading all that. I just needed to take like the 2 or 3 keywords out of everything she was saying. Bipolar, depressed, mental, whatever. I was like, okay, that's all I need to see. Yeah. And the fact that she tried to get him help and he took it as they trying to corner me with doctors and stuff like that and everything, outnumber me with doctors at my own house and stuff. I'm like, this man need help. Like,
yeah.
But the main thing that has a question mark over all this, his album drops Friday. And the last time he went crazy like this, his album, I don't even remember the name of it, but the one with the mountain on it in Wyoming.
Yeah.
That album was dropping the last time he did something similar to this. So I'm really hoping this not just a publicity stunt to boost his album sales. I really hope it's not, but that has to be a possibility.
The whole presidential run is a publicity stunt for the album sales, in my opinion. I think that's all for publicity. I don't think there's nothing else to really say about it. The whole publicity stunt is for the albums. And I don't think it's really helping him, honestly, because I think more people are turning away from you and not really trying to listen to your music or what you got to say when you saying bullshit like Harriet Tubman didn't free slaves. And I don't want to hear what that nigga got to say. And especially when you sounded anti-black, especially when that was your main fan base. The black people was what his main fan base was when he started out. Now he's starting to turn anti-black and shit. Don't nobody want to hear you what you got to say now, nigga.
This is the man that said George Bush does not like black people.
Exactly.
And now it's like we're looking at you like that. Kanye West doesn't like black people. Like the tables have turned so much, and it makes me sad, bro, because I miss the old Kanye. That's why I be so mad at him. It's not that it'd be different if you were somebody who just didn't know and you were doing the stuff that you were doing, but you're intelligent, Kanye. You're not stupid. We know you're not stupid. Like you're very smart. You're very intellectual. You were pro-black as hell when you first came out. So you ain't go dumb out of nowhere. It's like you're purposely doing what you're doing now. And that's what we're more so disappointed in Kanye than just plain old mad at him. Like we're just really disappointed. So I feel like that's where it comes down to us being upset.
Facts. But one question is, when I seen Kanye say he was trying to divorce Kim and obviously heard the rumors about Meek Mill and Kim Kardashian, I'm trying to figure out why the hell has Meek Mill been so goddamn quiet?
Oh, he tweeted today.
Twitter fingers.
He tweeted today.
Twitter fingers. But he real quiet right now. So that makes me think quiet, you know what I'm saying? Silence tells a lot about the situation right now. So is what the people saying true?
No, he tweeted. He tweeted today.
Oh, he tweeted today? What he said?
Said it was cap. He said he capping.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was about to say before that, he was real quiet about the situation, man. I was like,
you know Meek gonna tweet. If Meek got something to say, he go tweet.
That's why I was surprised he wasn't tweeting before. I'm like, damn, nigga. It's
like about 12 hours or so after he seen that tweet, he was like, yeah, let me go ahead and clarify this now. I did not do anything with this woman.
But nobody, you don't know. It could be about Kanye's unstable and he don't believe Kim. But shit, it could have happened. We don't know. We truly don't know. But let's dive into this next topic of Meg versus Tory. This is going to be the last time we talk about this shit. Because I already know what happened. Edgar didn't want to believe me last time, bro. I told him that Tory shot Meg. I thought it was on accident. But more reports are coming out that it sounded like it was on purpose. So, Edgar, how do you feel now, man?
I was wrong. I will admit that. I didn't want to believe. I thought the friendship was stronger than obviously what it is.
That's what I want to get on you about, bro. Because you were sounding like you knew them niggas. No, they good friends. No, the report says they good friends. You don't know them niggas. They Hollywood friends, dog. Oh, yeah, I want to get into my Joe Budden story after you get on. I want to get into my
I feel like Tory did shoot her on accident. I'm not going to say it's on purpose, but it's one of those situations where, you know how your friend do something on accident, but you still mad as hell at them?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's what Meg is. Tory probably did it on accident, but Meg probably looking at him like, nigga, don't talk to me right now. I'm pissed off at you because you shot me in the foot regardless.
He not going to talk to that nigga. Bro, once you shoot me or pull a gun on me, nigga, we ain't talking no more, nigga. Fuck you talking about? I'm mad at you for right. No, nigga, you're not in my circle no more. I'm not even associating you with me no more. And that's why I think that she keeps coming out with these posts or these tweets every now and again that like keeps throwing out hints that it was Tory, but she's not saying his name. But you starting to figure out what's going on. She don't want to be associated with that nigga no more.
She said she gonna talk about it when she ready to talk about it. So
exactly. She unfollowed that nigga Tory on social media. We piecing shit together now. It's like, all right, we seeing the producer tweets. And I think somebody else had tweeted as well something about the situation and basically said Tory Lanez had shot her. So it's like, man, everything is piecing up that Tory shot her. We don't know if it's on accident. Meg said it was to physically harm her. But I don't know, bro. I truly don't know. But that's what I had a problem with you, bro, because you was like, they good friends. He couldn't have shot her because they good friends. What that got to do with it? Them niggas is Hollywood, bro. Everybody faking Hollywood. Bro.
I was wrong. I'll admit that.
But look, this is the Joe Budden conspiracy I wanted to get on. Because Joe Budden brought up a point of Meg and Tory were probably dating, bro. On the lowest of keys. They were probably dating. And he went through a whole little situation. I'm not saying that this actually happened, but this was Joe Budden's conspiracy. He was saying that obviously that Tory and Meg was in the car, they cooling. Because you heard in the reports that Meg was trying to leave and Tory shot her in the foot. So he was saying that, man, they was probably drunk, they was trying to go home, or Tory was trying to go home. And Meg was with her homegirl. So obviously them niggas ain't want to go home. They wanted to get into some other shit. So obviously Tory wanted to go home, lay the pipe or whatever, lay up with Meg or whatever. So they like, man, once Meg got out the car, and alcohol was involved. You got to think. Alcohol wasn't involved. So that shit fuck up with a lot of your decisions as well. So that probably Meg was trying to get out the car. This nigga Tory mad. Damn, I can't hop on that tonight, this, that, the third. So she getting out with her friend. Fuck the alcohol decisions. All the stupid ass decisions start to pop up. The gun right there. So he probably lifted the gun out here on some stupid shit and probably ended up letting off the gun. On accident, on purpose, we don't know. But that could have been the reasoning behind it. And that was Joe Budden's conspiracy.
That's a good conspiracy.
That's what I'm saying. That could have potentially happened.
But that's a situation where Tory is dead ass and Tory in the wrong regardless. If it gets officially confirmed, this is confirmed that he shot her, but it's not officially confirmed. When it gets officially confirmed that he shot her, he in the wrong regardless. But if he really did, like if Joe Budden conspiracy is true and he did shoot her for something stupid like that, that's completely on Tory because Meg says all the time she's single, she having fun, she doing what she want to do. So even if you are her sneaky link, you're not supposed to have feelings. Like what you got feelings for before? Like if I don't want to hang with you tonight, we're not hanging tonight. We'll hang another night or whatever. Like you may be my main sneaky link, but that like you catching feelings at that point. You catching feelings and I ain't know that. That's probably what Meg was thinking. She was like, I'm trying to chill with my homegirls. Like you doing the most.
Yeah. And that could be the case, bro. But even if that wasn't the case, Tory in the wrong regardless. If you put on a female, period. It don't matter if you shoot the gun, nigga, you in the wrong. I don't care what she did to you. If you put a gun on a female and then let it off, nigga, you in the wrong, period. I don't care what she did to you, my brother. That shit always in the wrong. I don't think Tory coming back to the U.S. anytime soon. I think that nigga going back up to Canada, bro, and finna cool out, bro, till his name cool down, dog. Because, nigga, we ain't going to look at Tory the same after this situation, man. I'm telling you. Tory, I don't know if you going to get them chicks tapes off like you was getting them off before, man. Hey, we riding with Meg for sure. And also, I didn't say this last time, being so inconsiderate of me. Prayers up to Meg Thee Stallion. Hopefully she's recovering from her injuries to her foot.
Oh, I think you said it.
Yeah, she should be good, but I didn't say that last time, so I want to say it this time, man. Prayers up to Meg Thee Stallion. And let's move on. Do you have anything for current events?
Current events? No, that's about it.
All right, cool. So CP3, Wade, and Carmelo Anthony started a social justice fund that's going to help everybody in the Black communities. I want to look up the tweet. I got it bookmarked so I can read exactly what the tweet said. Hold on. So they said they created a social justice fund. Chris Paul said the mission is to address socio-economic injustice issues facing Black and brown communities by making meaningful change. Carmelo stated that together we'll be investing in and supporting grassroots organizations that are working on the ground level to help them obviously expand for social change day in and day out. And Wade said, our goal is to create a pathway for inclusion and success by championing organizations on the ground doing the work. All lives can't matter until all Black lives matter. So that is what was said by everybody that is involved in the Social Justice Fund. Just want to get a shout out to everybody, to Wade, CP3, and Melo for starting this. And we seeing them at the ESPY. What is the ESPYs? That Brown was up and they was talking about the social justice. Now it's crazy how it's going all full circle. Now they starting a fund and hopefully it does well for the community, man.
And the boat crew.
Banana Boat Crew, man. So shout out to
Melo was never actually on the boat. Like
he wasn't, and that's always funny to me, bro, because Melo was never on the boat. It was Gabrielle Union. And it was like, why they call it Banana Boat? He was on the trip, but he wasn't on the boat. But yeah, and what other news do I have? Oh, the LeBron. That's it. LeBron rookie card sold for $1.8 million. Crazy shit.
I didn't even know people still collected cards like that. For real.
You don't know who out there, but you just let your shit go up for like an offer and shit on eBay or something like that. You don't know what niggas will do for it, man. A rookie card of bronze, $1.8 million. And the fact that the nigga was sitting on it since 2003 or whenever they got that card, it was like, man, this card gonna be worth something if this nigga pop.
Oh, yeah.
Let me hold it for a few years.
I would have did that too.
Yeah. So you wait 17 years, you like, I think it's time to let it off. 0.8 mil? That is crazy, bro. 1.8 mil for
he should have held it a little bit longer. He should have held it till about the end of the season. Because if Braun would have won at the end of the season and then you try to sell that, man.
It could have. He could have. So shout out to whoever sold that card, bro, because he definitely got that money behind. Got that paper. He ain't gotta work no more because of a card. That's what I'm thinking in my mind, bro. I'm like, he ain't even gotta work no more. Just off a rookie card. I need me a Zion card. I already know how that goes. New Cole just dropped. Yeah, that's 655, my nigga. Cole in his bag. He dropped 2 songs from his highly anticipated project called The Fall Off. The songs were called The Climb Back and Lion King on Ice. When I tell y'all that Lion King on Ice.
Lives.
That thing, they'll snap, dog. Cole was in his bag on both of the tracks. Fuck with Cole, man. We need that project soon. And also, shout out to T.O. So what? You seen the race. So what happened?
Tyreek Hill was working out with Terrell Owens and Chad Ochocinco over the past couple days. They ran a couple 40-yard dashes. They ran a couple 100-meter sprints. And it was interesting to see that Tyreek Hill gave T.O. when he ran against T.O. for the 100-yard sprint. He gave T.O. a 10-meter head, not 100-meter sprint. He gave T.O. a 10-meter head start, damn near. And the fact that Tyreek hawked him down, but he didn't catch him until like the end of it.
Yeah.
Like that's the crazy part. T.O. ran like a 4 in the 40. T.O. ran a 4.4, I think.
Bro, did you actually see the video of them niggas running the 40?
Nah, I ain't see the video, but they said it though. They said what they ran.
This shit's so funny to me because I watched the whole little Tyreek Hill video. I think it was like 7 minutes on his YouTube channel.
T.O. looked like he could still play in the league, bro.
Bro, this nigga's fit for real. So Chad was out there. Chad was supposed to run too, Ocho Cinco, because they was in Miami. It was in Miami, so everybody was out. So Chad was supposed to run, but it was T.O., his nephew, and Tyreek Hill. So he gave him 10 yards, like Edgar said, and they spread it down to the 100 yards. Tyreek caught them at the end. So for the 40-yard dash, so them niggas obviously started off on the same level. So Tyreek Hill, they say he ran a 4.37. But if you look at the separation between them two niggas, it was like Tyreek was like 5 yards, 7 yards in front of T.O. And the nigga who was keeping the time, right? The nigga said, yeah, Tyreek ran a 4.3. And he was like, yeah, T.O. ran something like 4.4, 4.42. Like, nigga, how you know that? You ain't even keeping track of this nigga T.O. time. You just keeping track of Tyreek's 4.3. How you know T.O. ran a 4.4?
When you do track stuff like that, you can damn near tell sometimes. Like, if you do that for real, like on a day, I get the exact time, but you can give a good estimate on what somebody ran. Like,
yeah,
you can give a window.
Yeah.
Now, actual time, yeah, I ain't gonna trust you on the actual time, but you can definitely give like a second window, like a point of a second window.
Mm-hmm. But T.O. definitely ran something in the 4.4, 4.5 range. I don't know if it was a 4.42 like dude was saying, but it was definitely 4.4, 4.5. And to do that he's 46 years old. What the? Niggas ain't even in shape no more at 46.
Exactly.
He's even trying to run. So the fact that he's still running and in shape and still look like he can play, and he still wants to play. Like he gave a shout out on the YouTube video. He was like, Andy Reid, man, if you still need me with the Chief now, let me know. Because you already know he got the connection when he was back in Philly. And I know somebody in the front office as well. So he's like, Andy Reid, 46 years old, but I can still play. And obviously he can still run like a damn cheetah.
I ain't gonna lie. One hit, T.O. out of I ain't gonna lie.
Oh no, bro.
Maybe not one. Maybe not one hit because the way like the ways it's so safe now playing in NFL.
Exactly.
Maybe not one hit, but a full season. I don't see T.O. lasting a full season.
I'm just tripping on the fact that he's still in shape at 46. If you actually look at the picture of T.O., nigga was ripped. Real, still buffing all that, bro. I'm like, this nigga T.O. is on some juice or something. That shit nuts. But shout out to T.O. And also, we're going to move on to the Pass the Aux segment, our first Pass the Aux segment. So this is, like I said before, this is just when we basically in the car with y'all, we ride. And this is the song we putting on if we in the aux. If we got the aux. So, Edgar, I'm going to let you go first.
My song that I'll put on the aux, if we all in the car right now, I'm going to shout out the whole album because it's very underrated right now, and I tweeted this. T Grizzly, I Apologize. That's the song I'm putting on the aux if we in the car right now.
Take my money out my pocket and everything before I even start rapping. Ooh, yeah. Just so I get that feel again, you know what I'm saying? Back to that grind, that hunger. Not like everybody else that's rich. The last shit I dropped was some industry songs I thought was gonna be lit. Now I know if I keep doing that, I ain't gonna be shit. I tried it. I can't make that shit y'all hear from Drake and them. The people that relate to me do not relate to Taylor Swift. So I apologize for coming to the studio and seeing dollar signs. Instead of being real with y'all like how I'm traumatized. The shit that happened to JB hit me so hard it made my mama cry. Speaking of my mama.
And that song is off of the album The Smartest that came out a few weeks ago, about a month ago now in June.
And mine is Far Rockaway by Kamal. I got put on by Insecure. Insecure put me on to the song. It was like in the background of music.
And fall, and suddenly it's not the same. Oh. I go my own way, you go your own way. I hope we can make a way. These kind of things fade away. I got my own way. Your own way. They seem to be far away, farther than Rockaway.
And we try to put y'all on the new music that y'all really ain't listened to before, man. Like I said, Far Rockaway by Kamal, and then you got T Grizzly, I Apologize, man, for our Pass the Aux segment for this week. And
The Smartest, the most underrated album of the year. I'm going to say it again. It's not going to get the recognition it deserves. The most underrated album of the year. That and the Freddie Gibbs album, I'll admit, Freddie Gibbs has one of the most underrated and underappreciated.
he has the best album of the year. It's not underrated. It is underrated.
Ask 10 people right now if they listen to the Freddie Gibbs album, and 7 out of 10 of them going to say no. So that makes it underappreciated.
That's why you say underrated. I was like, yeah, I guess so. But it's the best album of the year. Period. If you actually listen, it's the best album of the year. Period, bro. And that's the podcast, though. So, Edgar, hit in with the social media.
You can follow us on Twitter at QE Podcast 1. You can follow us on Instagram at Q_and_E_podcast. You can follow and like our Facebook page, Q&E Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Q&E Podcast. Hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell and hit all. That way you can see anytime that we drop any new episodes, any new segments, and anytime we go live stream. And don't forget to email us, QANDEpodcast@gmail.com. for any business inquiries, any questions, concerns, fan mail. We check it as frequently as we can, so we'll get back to you as soon as possible if you email us now. And what else? You can follow Quincy on Twitter at Q_Hicks3. You can follow me on Twitter at EdgarMartin97. And you can follow my Instagram at EdgarMartinOfficial.
Yes, sir. And you can subscribe to us on our podcast platforms. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, wherever you listen to podcasts, we are there. So definitely check us out. And yeah, that is it. Oh, subscribe to my YouTube channel at Quincy Hicks. Got the director's clip in my ad, man. Definitely subscribe. Got a new video coming this week about high school legends from the West Coast. It's probably coming tomorrow or on Friday, man. So definitely be on the lookout for that. We appreciate you for listening. And we out. Peace.